Hello everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we are streaming a race, the Skyward Sword Randomizer weekly race, without back in time. So today I'm joined by CJ and the Pac-Man Power Ghost on commentary, and tracking will be done by iBot and myself. So I leave everything into their hands.
All right. Well, thank you for the introduction. And hello, everyone. I am joined by Pac-Man Power Ghost today in the comms booth as we are going to see a no-bit weekly race. So there will be no back in time today. The runners decided to do no-bit this week. We generally leave it up to runners what they want to play for these weekly races. So, Pac, are you excited for this race?
I'm super excited, especially to have 4 people on the restream today. Man, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've had a restream, let alone a 4-player restream. So what dungeons are we hoping to see, Pac? Let's get some predictions out here.
Alright, we're going to hope for some long dungeons today, or we're going to hope for some short ones. I'm kind of predicting a bit of a mix. Maybe we'll see a bit of ET, because we want to see some ET action. I'm not sure if it's open or closed today.
We should be on Open Earth Temple today, as well as Open LMF, so.
Okay. Maybe
My
some
prediction
ET.
today is ET. What else you got?
I got Fire Sanctuary, maybe some Ancient System.
All right, my prediction is going to be Skyview, Earth Temple, and Fire Sanctuary. So
that's pretty basic.
Can't wait for us to both be wrong and LMF and Sandship to be the pairing.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if no bit causes any problems in today's seed, much like last week's.
Our last week's weekly, which was not restreamed, but we had like 9 people playing or something absurd like that, was a nightmare seed. 2 required trials, Fire Sanctuary, hint on the shipyard hint stone that most people missed. So we're hoping for not that again.
No.
Basically. Yeah, there are 2 hint stones that are really bad to reach. And those are the Shipyard and Temple of Time hint stones. Temple of Time is not terrible if you have an LMF as a required dungeon, because you can just get there after LMF, but other than that, it's really terrible to reach.
Yeah, because it requires Hook Beetle, and as well as linear access, but that's a given if you're in them.
I mean, logically, you also need Hook Beetle to get through LMF, but our runners will not necessarily need it if they get the whip. So, yeah. So because it's no bid, our required items are pretty well defined when we once we see our dungeon requirements. There's a couple of things where we can trade things here and there, but that's really the extent of it. Our runners will be starting with 1 tablet.
2 swords and a pouch, and that's pretty much it.
That's really it. So our runners, of course, will, as always, need the Goddess Harp and to find at least 3 of the 4 progressive swords out there that are out there in the world. All right, I see our countdown change. We will be getting started here very shortly. Very exciting. We'll have a little bit of a slow and united start as we go here, though, as our runners trek through Skyloft 1. I know that we have a couple of runners who like to do a couple of different things in the sky as soon as they get started here, so it'll be very exciting to see what they elect to run with here. We may see some early sky or early surface dips depending on what tablet we start with, but.
Definitely, some runners will elect to do early surface or choose to hang around in the sky for a bit and do it.
I know that KitKat really likes to do early surface. Also, all 4 of our runners have custom textures today.
Nice.
Custom textures, not like purely a feature of the randomizer. You have to make your textures yourself, of course, and insert them. Alright, so we're starting with the digging mitts. Leads me to think maybe we started with Eldin. LMF, Cistern, Fire Sanctuary are a required dungeon, so we were both wrong. LMF is in that list. You were right with Cistern, and I was right with Fire Sanctuary.
Nice.
So, we'll see what happened here. Fledge, of course, always, we hope, gives us a nice item. But
How did you catch the pillar there?
I didn't see either.
I'm sure we'll see it on the way out though.
I'm sure we'll either see it from our runners or chat will yell at us.
So it looks like for required items, we're basically gonna need everything.
Yeah, Fire Sanctuary requires a lot of items. Fire Sanctuary requires claw shots and fire shield earrings and at least one bottle in order to access, plus the ability to access Upper Eldin, which is either bomb bag or digging mitts or hook beetle. So we already have that requirement met. We will also need magma mitts and hook beetle to get through the dungeon. That's really it, right? I'm not forgetting any odd requirements there that we may need for them. Oh, we'll need bomb bag if we need to check third small key location. What else will we need? Sister, we need the whip 4 and the water dragon scale, and LMF we need the hook beetle if we need to full clear and logically to access it. Otherwise the whip will suffice. So we'll see. We don't need the bow or the logically we'll need the gust bellows, but try to think if our without bit our runners will also need the gust bellows actually. So bellows are required.
It's nice to see we also got an ET start. Not Earth Tep, sorry. We got a I'm blanking right now. Eldin's Pillar.
Eldin start, yeah. That was pretty apparent from the the placement of the digging mitts there, not the magma mitts, excuse me. So, just a heart piece from the lady in the bazaar.
I feel like with having that on a Sphere 0 check, it's probably the best bet to go for early surfers.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to see most of our runners dip for early surface, possibly without doing anything in the sky. But, you know, we could get something like those gratitude crystals. I mean, it's only 5. The only time I really ever think a runner is going to divert to Betrow early is if they get 10 loose crystals somehow. Or 10 gratitude crystals, excuse me, not 10 loose. So we'll see. I personally like to do a little bit of a longer sky loop at first, just to get the 3 hints in the sky, just to get a little bit of extra knowledge on the sea. But I totally understand people who dip early to the surface, especially if you get a item like the digging mitts. Oh, spiral charge. That's one of the items that kind of throws a wrench in that, because you can do more things in the sky now. So
it really does add value to getting those hints, and 300 rupees too, which is nice for shop management if we get a projectile at some point. So it's really, you want to weigh up, like, is it 11 checks they have access to? Or is it 10? I don't know. I think it's 10 in Eldin, or like 3 in the sky, as well as 3 hints.
Yeah. Eldin, you'll have access to 1 hint and like 15 checks, so because of Magma Turf as well.
Yeah. I've seen raids elected to use the rattle here early on.
I like this play, actually. You know, Rattle's in a Sphere 0 location. Was that the Farron trials, the Amber tablet?
No
Off to a wonderful
way.
start. Yeah, Farron trial gate is the Amber tablet.
And another, was that another trial has whip too?
Oh, I didn't notice if it said.
Ellen.
Oh, it's double trials.
Oh no.
Oh
That is
boy,
not-
I didn't even
that is-
see the second one.
That is not good for the gamers.
Oh, what a seed. And this is why we don't let your average Link roll seeds. And they're both on an early Hindstone, which is really interesting. Wait, that was the Baron trial, or that was another trial, I think. Or was that a Baron location?
It was a Baron for Skyloft Village. So.
Okay. Raid's gonna be upset about that because he just turned in a check in Skyloft Village, but... that's a monster horn on the chandelier, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, so treasure, so it's, not very important. Mario just gonna leave. So yeah, so Mario electing to extend his sky trip a little bit, and Kit Kat and your average Link electing to head into Eldin here.
We'll see which choice ends up being an early advantage.
What was the
here.
second hint on the Lumpy Pumpkin Hindstone, other than Baron? I
Oh.
don't think it was important, but...
It could have been. I think it was something in LMF.
Okay. Might be the LMF boss key then? But...
Yeah, it could.
Alright,
be.
well there's a trial song. One of the required trial songs of that. At least we know this seed won't turn into a harp hunt.
Truth.
Depending on where Din's power is placed, this could be an empty Linearity seed. Oh, there's the claw shots.
Wow. Doesn't really open up too much right now, but it will definitely open up for stuff later.
Yeah, claw shots are very nice, especially in Farron. Because they're a solid projectile, and they let you do some different movement if we get the ability to skip the... No way!
What? Emerald tablet on the... Oh my god. No way.
It's gonna be a witch hunt tonight. Get your pitchforks out, chat. Y'all's head's coming on a stick.
Did we just dodge a huge bullet today?
I'm
TJ?
so glad I signed up for comms today.
Oh my
Instead
lord.
of racing. Oh. Just a witch hunt.
I suspect that,
Yeah, Yao should just forfeit and, like, run for his life at this point. Art container. Oh, that was a chest on top of LMF has a red ruby. And Skipper Shack is dead. Was the other hint on that hintstone. So, Mario extra angry at this seed. Just right off the bat here. Why is
and justifiable.
Kit Kat leaving Magma Turf here? He has digging
That's very
mitts?
bizarre.
Did he miss, like, did he forget to dive or something?
He could have.
He might have missed. It looks like he's having, like, he violently gestured on those controls. Yeah, it looks like he missed the bomb flower platform. Unfortunate little time loss there for him.
So it looks like both of these
There's
plays
a bottle
are
for
kind
Fire Sanctuary access.
Looks like both of these plays are pretty good here. The Sky Loop giving you knowledge of the seed and what's to come.
Yeah,
hell.
the Sky Loop is proving to be at least a little beneficial because you got that trial song, which is going to be required. But the thing is that, like, all of our runners are going to do that sky loop here after this. So Ballad's probably going to be a digging spot at the top of Eldin, and that's going to put Levias in a logic. Alright, so Kickoff finishing up the Bokoblin fight here. I didn't see what it got for what it gave him. Oh, right, Fire Dragon song, that's right. One of the 3 parts of the Song of the Hero that we don't know we need yet, but at this rate...
Yeah, knowing this scene is probably going to be required.
Question is, what else could it put on Trials at this point? Beetles, Bomb Bag, Bellows...
I'd like to see a beetle one there. Just saying.
A Beetle and Bellows on a Trial would make this, like, one of the worst seeds rolled of all time. Also, yeah, the vanilla Trial rewards, Fire Shield Earrings and Scale. Or the second Mitts. Or we could have the legendary Trial Chain. We could have a song on a Trial.
That's very true.
That'd be... We haven't had a Trial Chain in a long time. Probably since SGL. Since the SGL tournament. And even back in the Season 1 tournament, we didn't really have that many actual Trial Chains.
I don't recall one.
Yeah. I miss the day, like, some people miss the days where, we had the song hint, or the trial hints on the song text boxes, which means you had to find the song in order to, get the hint. Which means if there was a song on a trial, like, as the reward for a trial, you don't know what that trial leads to.
It was certainly a lot more of a gamble back then when it comes to songs.
Yeah. We decided that... Oh, Mario getting whambo comboed into the lava there by a pyro. A little slow on the bomb roll, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't see this hint from your average link, so we'll have to pay attention when Kickoff goes into Thrill Digger here for the hint from the
One of them was a 300 rupee item in the shop. I didn't catch the other one.
No, that's good knowledge. Crystal Pack and something in Farron Woods was a...
Dusk Relic, I think.
Was a Dusk Relic. Was the one, like, actual Dusk Relic in the pool. I believe there's only one. Raid, come on, you can pick up the bomb. There we go.
So it looks like at least for the first 20-25 minutes or so, it's going to be pretty linear.
Yeah, most of the same
here. They're going to do the same things. So.
This seed does seem like it's going to be pretty linear.
At least until getting those tablets.
Yeah. The problem is that we need one tablet to get to another tablet to get to another tablet at this point. So... Yeah, this seed would be terrible with Bit, even. Because of the trial. Oh, I didn't see the Spirit of the Sword hint. Kickoff picking up water there. I believe that gives him a stamina refill. Very good idea there. He's going to need the water later anyway, so vanilla key piece. Central Skyloft. Did we get anything there? For people who are not familiar with the Skyward Sword randomizer, Spirit of the Sword hints are our equivalent of Way of the Hero hints. They are regions which contain an item that is logically required to complete the game. What would I rate Skyward Sword out of 10? 10 out of 10. One of my favorite games of all time.
Might be a bit biased, but...
I mean, I'm here in the comms booth, so why, like... I don't know what more you expected from that, but...
That's very true.
Yeah. The randomizer's fun, and I'm also definitely not biased in that regard either.
I mean, there's always going to be bias in something, so...
Yeah. I mean, I'm a developer for the randomizer, so, like, you know, that's a little biasing.
That's very true.
The entire UI is my baby.
It'll be interesting to see what the runners get from the rest of Elden here. And kind of
Yeah,
decide...
they haven't, like, it hasn't dealt with anything. Someone said Beetle's Crystals was a bottle, so that means our runners do not need to worry about the Horned Colossus Beetle.
Yeah.
Unless they want the discount in Beetle's shop, but we know that the 300 rupee item is a crystal pack, which may or may not be necessary. It's a really good question, though, because crystal packs are kind of a coin toss, and your average link gets mugged by the digging spot.
No
So really here,
Mario.
this last digging spot has to give something. Emulator is allowed for the randomizer, but you can also just play on a console with a USB loader.
It doesn't
It is-
have to give something, though, because we already got claw
there's-
shots, so...
I'm trying to think, what does claw shots unlock, though? That's the thing.
Zelda's room, like...
Oh yeah, Zelda's room. Good catch. Okay.
I don't think it gives you enough loose crystals, so... Ballad of the Goddess!
That's exactly what I thought. Alright.
Interesting.
So that means Levias is in logic, which means that Emerald Tablet is in logic, so they can go to Farron.
So it looks like... Although, well... Yeah, so...
This is going to
I
be
guess
really
fun
interesting,
ahead.
actually, for routing purposes, because our runners who did the extended Sky loop before coming back to Elden will already know that they need to do Levias, so they can just go directly to Lumpy Pumpkin after flying out here and pick up the pumpkin soup. But our Elden runners do not yet know that, so they're not going to go pick up the pumpkin soup, so they're going to have a little bit of extra flying here. Whether or not that's going to make much of a difference, good question.
Who knows, they might get debated and go back to Skyloft. But I doubt
Yeah.
it.
I mean, they're going to see Emerald Tablet on Levias hint and immediately go do something. Oh, Slingshot has a Dusk Relic. So those Claw Shots are going to come in handy because we can just completely skip Machi.
Nice.
So yeah, well actually, we need to find the harp as well at some point for Farron Trial and the Elden Trial. I was thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna just go get those things. Like, go to the trial after this. But no, we need to find the harp. I believe our runners are at 15 crystals with crystal packs, so... Baron Hint was Village, and Farron Trial has the Amber Tablet. And the Elden Trial has the Whip.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen Whip on the Elden Gate a lot. Not necessarily recently, just a lot in general, which is funny.
There's one with a Sandship Seed, I believe. That's one I recall.
Could be one of the early Betrow rewards. That's a very big possibility, actually.
Also,
We do
nice
have
circles from
15.
Raid.
Is Ray the only person to get circles? I think he might be.
I think he is, actually.
Have we ever had a
Unless-
restream where 2 tablets were required? I don't know, actually. 2 tablet seeds are more common than you would think, actually. This seed is clearly not a 2 tablet seed, considering we have things in all the dungeons. You guys can't see it, but KitKat has his camera on for us here in the comms booth, and
He's laughing.
he's having a good time. Honestly, this seed kind of exonerates KitKat from last week's nonsense seed.
Definitely.
Because everyone's gonna forget about how bad. I really find it funny that, you know, this was supposed to be the salty run back from last week's no-bit race for all the people who were like, Yeah, no bit is terrible.
No bit bad. Yeah.
And here we are. No bit still bad. Ooh, KitKat is getting the soup. Oh wait, he just saw the hint, right? My bad. Brain fried. So yeah, so he just flew directly back, so short trip for him.
It's nice to see that both KitKat and Yao are pretty like head to head.
Yeah. KitKat and Yao are definitely gonna be like close to each other, and Mario and Raid are definitely gonna be close to each other, I think. Yeah, Mario taking a death there, unfortunately. Because he didn't manage it correctly.
Yeah, last race, Raid and Mario finished in like 4 seconds of each other. So hopefully we can get a repeat of that here.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this seed is that Bit doesn't really make this seed better.
No, if anything, like you have to gamble a lot more.
I mean, like, you could skip Harp, you could skip... Well, yeah, you could do the Fair and Trial RBM, that's like really the biggest, What was I saying? My brain just shut down for a second.
But there's Harp.
Where was Harp?
It was on Malara's crystals. Wait, no, not Malara.
Oriel?
Oriel, yeah.
Okay, Oriel crystals. I didn't look at that. So yeah. So Fair and Trial's in Logic. Elven Trial not quite. But
still, it's nice to get. At least we don't.
I would have made the race late if I had raced, because I didn't get home until like 3:45 Eastern time. I signed up for comms and forgot I had a thing this afternoon, and was like, yeah, I should make it back in time, and I did, so it was fine. Everything was fine. Yeah, this seed is actually going to open up pretty fast here. Because our runner's going to have access to Linearity and Farron pretty quickly here. Granted, they have to do a bunch of work to get there, but they're in Logic, and that's what matters. Will we see Levias? Oh, Beetle is Spirit of the Sword, and I didn't see the first one, but I also think it was Spirit of the Sword.
Yeah, it was the Linearity mining facility.
Is Spirit of the Sword?
Yes.
Interesting! God, I love this video game. Oops. That's the wrong chat. Where's the chat I'm running?
But depending on where the Elden song is, will determine if LMF is logically finished by Beetle or Whip. It's depending on how late that song is in Logic, we might have to fork out 2 Beetles instead of getting a Whip, which would be good for finishing Fire Sanctuary, at least for our runners anyway.
Colin's letter. I'd like to say that's useless, but no, it's not, because this isn't village. That's not a village check.
That's not village, yeah.
So the village checks that our runners don't have to worry about are Malara's crystals, Birdie's crystals, which is turning in the rattle, and Sparrow's crystals, which is picking up the crystal bomb. Alright, so KitKat going directly to Levias. Yeah, I'll let him to do a little bit more in the Thunderhead here. We get some cat jams with KitKat. And also Yao, because Yao's getting extended. Levias Phase 1 music. Alright, so Mario taking advantage of the Levias knowledge early and just picking up the soup right now. Snub 30-minute Levias kill, what a meme. Yep. And this is why I love Rando. It does stupid things like this.
So it looks like Yao got a bit punished there. Didn't necessarily need to go where he went to.
I just looked at, Your Average Link has his notes on his stream, like his hint notes. The Sparran Trial Amber, Elden Trial Whip, WTF, a bunch more hints. Levias Emerald, I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, we're doing sub 30-minute Levias in this randomizer because it has our Emerald tablet. And it was like, this is like a Sphere 2 location right now.
Which is kind of insane. Having Levias so low in Sphere logic.
Yeah. Got having a little bit of trouble going for the fast strat there. Losing a little bit of time. Yeah, I was a little bit ahead of KitKat to begin with. But if KitKat just dips after Levias, he could get a little bit of an edge here. Linear Mining Factory. I didn't even notice it when I read the hint the first time. Oh no, your reaction is very much justified. Doesn't make this seed any less bad, though.
I mean, it is a factory. Like, you can't fault it.
It's got conveyor belts.
Yeah. It's producing some things.
Isn't Levias Sphere 2 if mids are Sphere 0? So, the digging spot is Sphere 1 and Levias is Sphere 2? Am I doing that math incorrectly? Spiral Charge was Sphere 0 as well? I guess it depends if you start numbering at 0, which is objectively the correct way to number things, but...
Yeah.
It depends who you talk to if you use 1 index or 0 indexed spheres, so...
I think most use 0. At least those who run the game.
We use it, yeah, in our talks here, we usually use Sphere 0, or 0 Sphere, but... Spheres matter when you...
matter.
It's Beetle's shop, is what that is, so it's one of the items for sale in Beetle's shop. The spoiler log probably doesn't. As far as I know. It doesn't really matter. I just prefer saying Sphere 0 because it's the implication that you need to have 0 additional items to access it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see what KitKat's Levias spawn was, but the last time I had to do Levias in a rando seed, I had, like, the Dream Levias spawn, which was right near the exit of Thunderhead, so... Yeah, so Levias spawn is random, and it is not controlled by the randomizer, so... Mugged.
Triple mugging.
It's just that, it's convention, it doesn't matter. So... I mean, on the contrary, if you have randomized music, you could get the cat jam for even longer if it's like the background music in Farron or something. Big brain time.
I personally like having the demise for not.
Yeah, you need luck for that. But we also needed luck to have seen the Levias fight at all. But yeah, we do get to cat jam for a while. The nice thing about randomized music is that you hear music you don't normally get to hear. Like, most people, we won't see the Levias Phase 2 music from, which is like a jam in of itself, like in its own right. Mario Galaxy-esque super good music. Honestly, this game's OST is so good. This and Spirit Tracks are probably my 2 favorite Zelda OSTs. And I feel like that's probably not a controversial opinion. Sorry, go ahead.
It's interesting to see that it looks like both KitKat and Yala are electing to go to Skyloft Academy before going to
This is really interesting, actually. Oh, those are fighting words. Oh boy, I've started a chat debate, I'm sorry.
Curse metal.
Curse metal. Oh, yeah.
Getting punished.
Zelda betraying her trust.
That's very dirty of Zelda. That's very in character, though.
That seems like something this Zelda would do because she has so much personality.
Yeah. She does happen to do a little bit of trolling.
Streams are dead, apparently. Apart from Phantom Hourglass, maybe. The Phantom Hourglass, oh no. Oh no, we've summoned Trez. That's a...
And the streamers are back.
Okay, stream looks to be back.
Yeah, it's yeah. Alright.
Alright, you guys didn't miss anything particularly interesting after Cursed Metal.
No.
Just some people picking up some loose crystals, or Yal and KitKat picking up some loose crystals. Mario and Raid doing Levias, and now KitKat and Yal are turning in Colin's letter here. Oh, synchronizing. Yeah, Cursed Metal on Zelda's Closet. I'm really curious why KitKat and Yal have elected to do this now. They have access to to way more dense regions than this. And, they could cut down on their Skyloft trips. And that's something we talk about all the time, when talking about, routing strategies in this game.
Seems to have slightly paid off, though, as it's given the scale, which will give more
is scale on letter?
Yes.
Or on the letter turn-in? Okay. Yeah, that's helpful for Farron. But, we always talk about that you want to try and minimize your Skyloft trips as much as possible, because it's a lot of loads. Especially if you have to go into Academy or something. So, this is one of those times where it happened to pay off, but when it doesn't pay off, it's always bad.
Yeah.
There's a Central Skyloft hint, which these are not. This is not Central Skyloft. So, I wonder what's in Central Skyloft, actually. I guess it could be this upcoming check here from Yao. It is neither of them. They were both treasures.
It could be the shed chest now.
Yeah, it's gonna be shed chest, probably.
I guess they could have routed that in because of the Beetle Wave the hero.
Yeah, the Beetle hint is also part of the reason they routed that in, I bet. Do they have 300 rupees at the moment? Oh, okay, Beetle's selling a Beetle. That's, Oh, and the Fire Shield earrings.
This is stacked.
Fledge has both mitts. Oh, boy.
Hey,
Alright, so
man
that's
can
one of the
dream.
2 beetles that we need. So let's see what's on the second 100 rupee item here. So, yeah, I was gonna have to reload a couple times here. Yeah, Beetle's beetle. Not to be confused with Beetle's actual beetle. This is just a beetle he found lying around, and he's decided to sell to us at not a scam price for once. Alright, so some cash. That is a red rupee, so not a total loss. Here, Yals is going to hope that the last strike is dead, because he cannot afford it. It is dead.
No, you're a little bit ahead of me.
Why would you... That was Kick Eye. I looked at the wrong thing. I was looking at the wrong stream.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it dead?
Yeah, it was dead.
I was like, oh, it's another rupee. Why are you clicking the rupee? What is wrong with you?
It was a golden skull, so it'd be a
Yeah.
net.
They have the crystals
Sure.
to buy, but they don't have enough money to buy the crystals right now. They could use the discount to get that. Also of note is that we don't necessarily need all of the crystals, because only up to Petro 50 is checks that can have progression. So it's totally possible that that crystal pack is completely unrequired. Alright, so let's reassess what items we need. We still need to find. We still need to find Din's power so that we can get the whip. We need a second beetle. We need a second pair of mitts. We may or may not need bomb bag. We need bellows. So we still have like 5 items to find. But this item should be a required item based on hint logic. So. Oh, there's the other beetle.
The beetle.
Okay. That's the hook
Nice.
beetle. Oh, this is the seed that keeps on giving. Is that first half of Fire Sanctuary access? I believe that is.
Yeah.
I believe we
We
can
have-
clear the first. We can clear Fire Sanctuary up to the vanilla magma mitts check.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, the swords! I forgot about the swords. I totally forgot that we do need swords.
They're easy to forget.
Oh, Academy and Betrower Sots. So there's the
Right.
Academy Sots hint that we were expecting. That's going to be the scale. Unfortunately, that central chest there, or that check in the bird's nest is not going to be valuable. So Gal's going to do a trick here that we call the Bat Warp. We're abusing respawn manipulation here to get the guy to drop us down to Betrothed house so we don't have to sleep tonight.
It's generally a good thing to implement, as after, I think, 4 trips it becomes slower, but generally you don't do more than 4 trips.
Yeah,
with
4 trips. I
50
believe
crystals
the
anyway.
4th trip is where it becomes slower than sleeping tonight, just to
Yeah.
transition. Although, do our runners have 30 crystals? I don't know how many crystals.
No, they do not.
So
They
I
only
personally
have
would have
5.
turned it to night in order to get to 30 crystals here. Pouch, though not important.
No. So it looks like we'll be waiting a bit longer to see what comes from Betrayal.
I'm really disappointed in Kika and Yao's routing here for not getting to 30 crystals, because they should be at like 28, if I'm not mistaken.
They're at 22, 23. So
If you say it slightly fast, it says Batman.
I mean, you could get them reasonably quickly, especially with the beetle, but is it a gamble you want to take when you have so many checks in Farron to grab?
Well, you know that Petro has an important item here.
That's true.
Alright, so Farron has all of its checks available right now.
Yeah.
Oh, does Petro, or does Yao only have 23? I thought he had 28. I might have miscounted then.
Yeah, he's got 23.
Okay. Then the play makes a little bit more sense then. Because if you had 28, you don't go to Petro without getting to 30. Where I'm in this position. So. Alright, so we're going to get 2 checks in the Sealed Temple here. The Vanilla Bout of the Goddess and the Vanilla Revitalizing Potion. locations. Mario is electing to do an extended loose crystal route here, which I don't hate. It's certainly not the worst thing he could be doing. It'll give us some diversion. It looks like Ray did not go back to Skyloft at all, though. Oh no, he went to Beetle, I guess. But he does not have the scale, so... Interesting diversion there.
That kind of limits his options when it comes to the checks he can get here. It's a bit unfortunate, and locks him out of Ancient Cistern, a required dungeon.
I mean, they don't have whip anyway, so...
You can still get a fair bit of checks, though.
I mean, not logically, and in no bit, I think, like, following logic becomes a lot more valuable.
True.
Sort? That was a...
Hook Beetle fight. Interesting.
Was that the Hook Beetle fight or the chest near the Hook Beetle fight?
I think it
And
was
I didn't
Hook
see what the
Beetle fight.
first one said either. On Hook Beetle? Okay. So that's 1 of 3. Yeah, it was a rare treasure. I didn't see what the location it was, though. Kick up forgetting he has claw shots here. So he's going to take a little bit of a time loss here. Uncharacteristic mistake, actually. Because Slingshot is dead, he doesn't have to... Did Kickoff forget that Slingshot is dead? He did.
Yeah, there's no
Third
real...
small key in Fire Sanctuary. Okay.
Oh, okay, so we don't need
That's
that
actually a
then.
really good hint, because that means that's dead, which means you don't need Bomb Bag for Fire Sanctuary. Alright, so Raid going directly for the Amber Tablet here is a play I don't hate. I'll say that. I mean, it's fine. You're gonna do it here anyway. It just depends on your movement pathing.
Yeah.
I probably would have done Deep Woods first. But that's like 100% just preference. And like whether or not it's the shortest path. I think this might actually be a shorter path. Yep, Yao is right behind Raid here. Heading into the trial.
Damn, Kit Kat really do be forgetting that hint.
That's really unfortunate for
Yeah.
for Kit-Kat. He's gonna lose some time.
Probably like 4 minutes or something.
Raid should have Collins letter. Oh, it's the Skyloft trial. Oh, I didn't see if Raid got harp cancel. We'll see if Yal does.
No, he didn't get harp cancel.
Alright, your average link getting harp cancel, making up a little bit of time on Raid then. Harp cancel is a trick that you do by pressing the B button, like right as you do the last strum, which causes you to skip Fi singing, which is a nice little cutscene skip. Oh yeah, I got a second try? Okay. I thought they were closer than that. Alright, let's see if Raid goes for the camera manip here. There's a camera manip you can do to get a more nicer cycle. Okay, Raid is not doing the correct route. Did Raid just forget a tier? 2 tiers? I'm not really sure what this route is from Raid. I assume he just doesn't know the Raid. Know the route. If you miss harp cancel once and get it the second time, it's pretty even with just having not done it. So, not horrible. We'll have to see how Raid and Yao compare. Yao probably has better movement than Raid in the trial, let alone the most efficient route. But Link's soul expresses itself as a beautiful flower, and that is lovely. Yeah. So the reason that this trial is all about cycles. Because so many of the watchers are moving watchers and are on very specific cycles. And if you have like perfect movement, you can make all the cycles. If you have good movement and that there's also a camera manip you do to get a slightly more optimal cycle. But I didn't see Yao do the camera manip either, but and then we become Jesus and we jump on the water and walk.
I think with raids like routing, when it comes to like, you know, that barrier skip you can do, I don't think you have to because of where the water is, but we'll see when he gets over there.
Well, but
he does it anyway, so.
Yeah, I'd say you always do. Like, there's no way to avoid this trick. So Skyward Sword is really, really good collision, except for this right here. The sides of these fences just straight up don't have collision, and with the correct angle and position, you can just jump through them, and it's hilarious. I don't know what raid setup here is. I have a different setup that I use. Most runners just eyeball this. It's not an overly precise trick, but it can be quite finicky if you don't realize the mistake you're making. Yeah, three shots hints in Skyloft is certainly fun. Yeah, Skyloft has like something like 50 checks or something before it gets split up. So we split up Skyloft for hint purposes, because you know, just getting a Skyloft has a required item hint is kind of worthless. Like, it's one of those like, oh, no shit, Sherlock moments. Like, of course it has a required item. There's 50 checks there.
Giving me cubes vibes. And Sky.
Yeah, cubes and with the Sky as well. I'm not really sure what Mario's pathing here.
Oh,
Water is wet,
no,
the sky
raid.
is blue. And Cack is way to here. Oh no.
This is not good. Yeah, this is not good at all.
Oh no. Raid's gonna
He's
have to
gonna have to
redo
make
the
it.
trial. He's not making this. He didn't get the sprint up. Oh. Oh.
No.
Big F.
That's why you always leave one there. Just in case. He could have avoided it too. He just got
It's
greedy.
one of those things where it's not that difficult to just not get caught on the bridge.
Yeah.
Because you can just run to the right if you have a bad cycle. Alright, what's this hint say? Harp and Thunderhead is way the hero, or Spirit of the Sword. And
So-
that is not Levias. Of note.
No.
There is no duplicate hint. So that means that there is another required item in Thunderhead.
What was the item
Oh,
on
letter, okay.
East Island? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay. It's probably
Letter
that then.
for scale then, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when hints tell me things that, sort of. We play with the same hint spread every time for the most part. We play with 8 Spirit of the Sword hints, 3 Baron hints, 14 item hint, or 14 location hints, and 6 item hints, 5 item hints. It's 8, 4, 14, and 4. Then I did the math, or something of that sort. And those are more of like caps. We're not guaranteed to see all of them if there's not enough hints that are like placeable hints. If there's not enough Baron regions, not enough unique Spirit of the Sword regions. Although Spirit of the Sword hints can be double placed. Like you can place 2 separate Spirit of the Sword hints for the same region if they point to different items. Want to see Yao freeze to death? No, that's me. That's Pika telling me that he wants me to freeze to death because I didn't get any ice traps in my Ocarina of Time rando bingo for Bingothon. Yes, there are always and sometimes locations. Levias is an always location. Alright, ready to at least get the second shot here. I'm blanking on the list right now, and I don't have the page up at the moment.
Looks like
there we go.
Looks
He
like
got
Olin's crystal was Baron, and then one of the trials.
Yeah, Levias
was
is an
also
always
Baron.
hint. Din's Power, like the third song in Thunder Item, might be an always hint as well. But I'm not totally certain. I wrote the hints and I don't know these things, so like... Sorry. I'm also in the process of rewriting hints, so... See the new hints in action soon, TM, maybe the next weekly. My goal is to have them done this week. Alright, so Raid made it across the bridge without getting caught, but he's on a bad cycle here. Did someone get Nehru's Wisdom?
Yeah, they was on the left.
On the Dragon Lair chest, yeah. Did anyone? Oh yeah, Kika went to Deep Woods already, right? Did Kika?
I don't think he went to Deep Woods. I don't think the timing adds up either. I could be wrong, but I don't think he elected to go to Deep Woods.
Look, my senior project has had its code freeze, and I have like a pretty calm week this week. Other than working on projects, but I can do that and work on Rhino at the same time. Mario, what is this angle? This angle is way too sharp, my dude. You want to clip through the fence, not go around it. Pretty sure I saw him there? Okay. I mean, it's not like Yao to leave checks, I just wasn't looking at Yao's screen for a while. Alright, Raid headed to Deep Woods and then to Lake... Well, actually, he's not going to be headed to Lake Gloria.
I mean, he could. It's just, it'd be out of logic.
I mean, he can't do much. He can only do the one check.
If you really wanted the hint too, I don't know.
Is he buying? He's buying 5 more crystals. Is he at 30? He's at 33 according to his tracker.
That should be right. Yeah,
which I think is correct.
Yeah, he grabbed another 5 in Lake, so.
So I'm wondering if he's going for 40. Like, that's the only reason I can think of that you would buy this right now. Because, like, why waste the time if you're not going to get the reward for it right this second? Especially if it potentially avoids, like, 'cause if you're not going to go get to 40 right now, which he very well might, okay, he is. So yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about the Bat Warp, is that, it does mean that if you later decide that you want, to, like, if you're in Skyloft at night, it's faster to just not warp.
Okay, so he definitely went to Deep Woods, I think. Yao did. Unless he hasn't tracked it on his hints. Maybe he did.
So we've seen 6 of our 8 Way of the Hero hints, Spirit of the Sword hints. So we still have 2 more potentially to find, which could be in Volcano Summit, and anywhere in Linearity. There's only 3 hint stones in Linearity, so.
Any bets on this required item on that?
What?
On Betray.
What the required item on Metro is? Yeah, it's a good question, actually.
I'm trying to think what would help him the most here.
Yeah, Din's probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's 3 out of 4, 75% chance. So I like the. Did Mario just get bead? The tumbleweed! That's clearly the item it was referring to, Kappa.
Yes.
It's not the bottle.
Hmm. So it must be either
In
this
fact,
chest or...
it must be in the chest, because... Actually, no, because we don't know that 50 is hinted.
Yeah.
Because if it's not hinted, then it can be on 50. Kickup likes these one-off checks, which,
And there's Din's power.
On the chest, okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Kickgod, seeing what he's up to here.
Mm.
Can't put his claw shots to good use here. Kickgod can do most of this dungeon. Even though he doesn't have whip. So he's gonna employ our good friend Stern Clip.
Every runner's best friend.
In Ancient Sister, at least.
Truth.
So there's gonna be a handful of swords in Linearity most likely here. So that was just junk, so KitKat is just gonna leave. Okay.
I can't tell if Jarl's gonna go to Elden or if he's gonna go to Linearity.
Why would Yao go back to Elden at this point?
He wants the whip.
I guess, yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Or he wants to do Fire Sanctuary early as well.
Yeah. He also has earrings, which means he can do the front of Fire Sanctuary. But he's landing at Ascent, which means he's going to do the trial.
Yeah.
I guess he could... Actually, he'll probably do the trial and then do Summit and leave. Also, KitKat representing with the UK shield. The UK land shield.
The Ascent checks are pretty quick, so... It's nice to also have a warp point to the Fire Sanctuary whenever you want.
That's the real reason you would do that here, is because why wait to get the warp point when it could be a required item in there anyway?
Hmm.
So what required items are we still missing? Bellows? And 2 more swords. And a mitts.
So there isn't really that many left.
Alright, there goes KitKat. Out probably to Elden here. Also, is it a vanilla Elden trial? It is.
Oh no.
So, we have like 5 minutes of nothing here from anyone who's about to do the trial. Ooh, Mario going to Linearity here. Certainly a bold play. I guess LMF is Spirit of the Sword, so actually this is an interesting play for Mario. So the interesting thing here is that Whip makes LMF a tiny bit faster. It could be the bellows in LMF, but yeah. Vanilla bellows is a possibility.
It's very true.
It's probably going to be... Actually, it's probably going to be myths.
Yeah, we certainly have to remember that there is a required item in there. I nearly forgot myself.
Yeah. You know, we all moan and groan about seeds like this, but they're not slow, because, you know, we know what we have to do up front.
Hmm.
I'll be interested to see if Mario follows density or goes to mines. He's going to mines. I'm not always a fan of this play, because Linearity has much better density than mines here. And you can always come back for mines later. Yeah, it could be swords if TMS is vanilla. Or if there's, like, a required item on Din's power somehow. At this point, I wouldn't even consider that, like, a non-possibility. Din's power item song. Excuse me.
Are you a fan of, when you get a Way of the Hero hint, sorry, a Spirit of the Sword hint, correction, do you like to full clear?
I personally do like to full clear, but it does depend on the situation. Like, if I was in Mario's shoes at this point, like, and I went into LMF looking for my Spirit of the Sword hint, I probably would have, I probably would dip out if it was, like, in the first chest.
Yeah.
Because that means that I'm not guaranteed the chance to get Bellows anymore, which means that it's potentially really inefficient to do it. Volcano, and there's a sword in Fire Sanctuary.
Didn't catch where though.
Water pod room. So Hook Beetle
Alright.
required for that. Not that it wasn't ever required anyway.
Yeah.
There's another piece of the Song of the Hero. One step closer to potentially entering the Skyloft Trial Gate. For something stupid.
We still haven't got a hint for it, so...
We haven't seen a hint for that or Nehru's yet.
I'm pretty sure we already saw the Nehru's.
Oh, was there a hint for the Linearity Gate? Did I just miss that?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was trash, so...
It's pretty common for swords to show up in the late game dungeons, just because of the way the fill algorithm is implemented. Skyward Sword Rando has a front fill algorithm, which is distinctly different from most of the other Zelda Randos, besides Wind Waker, which have an assume fill algorithm. Without going super in-depth about the technical details, front fill basically starts you with nothing and places things one by one, whereas assume fill starts you with everything and removes items as it places them, and like recomputes availabilities. So that results in SS seeds being much closer, or much more front-loaded, I should say. But that also means that items that don't unlock a lot of checks tend to be in later spheres. And in this case, the later spheres just happen to be the dungeons, just because these are high-requirement dungeons.
So the Linearity trial hint was actually on the hint stone in Volcano Summit. And that was...
What was it? I didn't look at the hint stone.
It was garbage. I didn't
okay.
see what it is, but I know it's not required.
Yeah, Skyward Sword Randomizer requires 3 of the 4 swords. Because well, at least in these settings, you only need the Master Sword to open the Gate of Time, not the True Master Sword. Sometimes we end up with the True Master Sword, though. It depends on the seed. You can make it so that the True Master Sword is required, though. You can make it so any sword that is capable of charging a Skyward Strike is the one, actually. So... I'm so glad that this seed got restreamed. This is just a big meme. For what it's worth, the Master Sword requirement is it's consistent with the vanilla requirement, because in the vanilla game, you will open the Gate of Time with the regular Master Sword, and then you get the true Master Sword from Zelda in the past after traveling to the Gate of Time immediately. So yeah. Levias isn't the longest check in the game, but I'd argue that whatever trial gate has the Elven trial is the longest in the game.
Yeah.
But it is certainly one of the longer checks. Oh, also, we were talking about always hidden locations earlier. All the trials are also always hinted locations. I forgot to mention that.
There was even a time where if you had the trials off, it would still always hint them. It's very interesting.
Yeah, hints have been a very buggy system in this rando. Yeah, we still have to see what the Song of the Hero will deliver to us as well. But I believe we saw that the Nehru's Wisdom is that the Nehru trial is junk, so.
Yeah. We'll get that reaffirmed at least soon from.
Yeah, when Yao goes through it, because I didn't look at that hint stone. Yeah, are you okay? Just look at the floor. Yeah, a lot of people play with custom tunics. Or various custom assets. Yale has like a full, like, custom suite of things. Yeah, it's junk.
Heart piece.
Heart piece.
My eyes did not deceive me.
Yeah. Always good to get confirmation, though, because we've had plenty of occasions where comms, like, both misread a hint differently, and it changes everything about the commentary.
Yeah.
I don't have custom textures on my console, but I have them whenever I do Dolphin. I actually need to pack them up and put them on my machine, on my ISO. I'm just too lazy to do it.
I'd laugh if the only required item in LMF was, like, caves.
Oh, Yao's dipping here. Interesting. I guess he can get a sword. This is kind of an interesting play because of the known sword location. Here. So, yeah. Also, custom textures are only sort of, like, implemented in the rando. I forget what the exact details are because I don't do it on console, but if you do it on Dolphin, you just, like, patch them in using Dolphin's texture thing, because it loads, like, you can dump the textures and then load them from the directory by editing them.
It is way easier on Dolphin.
Yeah. But on... Yeah, Bo is great here. But on console, you have to, like, repack part of your extract manually to put them in. There are plans to eventually put better, like, asset helps in here, in the game, but... Small key. Yeah, that's always a small key. For people who, for the people who are not familiar with SS, that is a forced small key. Yeah, we have a lot of other stuff going on with the rando right now. For example, entrance rando is being actively worked on. We have a no logic build in one of our dev forks, which is super fun. Okay, so that was a progressive pouch behind digging, I think that said. I didn't see what the first hint was.
No, I didn't catch it either. I wasn't looking at Mario's screen.
Yeah, I forgot that. I didn't see what Mario got in Linearity at all, quite frankly. Oh, hey, there's the last piece of Song of the Hero, so interesting.
Honestly, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's pretty important, because it could be a trial. A life medal. I thought he was going to go reread the hint. Yeah, the second check was the Magma Mitts locked check in Summit. So it's really interesting that all 4 of our runners are kind of doing different things right now, which is really interesting. KitKat is tracing. I mean, some people are tracing footsteps, but like all 4 of our runners are in different places, which doesn't happen that often in SSR, unfortunately. We don't have bomb bag here, so we can't do the cool trick where we place down our own bomb and then pick it up with the beetle and fly really fast to the thing to explode it. So he has to go around the long way. I just looked at Yao's hands on his stream again, and he wrote down the tumbleweed thing. That tumbleweed was on a Spirit Sword location.
Nice.
For people who are not familiar with SS memes, I realized we didn't explain this. There is exactly 1 tumbleweed in the pool. There are other items like that as well, but it's our quote-unquote validation item. We always yell at, we always, like, joke about it and say, oh, if you know where the tumbleweed is, you're required to pick it up. So, it's just a nice meme item.
And then there's a seed where you just get it on Fledge.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Yeah.
And Mario picks up the cursed medal, unfortunately for him.
I think everyone got debated by the cursed medal.
Yeah, I think everyone got cursed. Yeah, it's effectively Greg.
Greg?
Yeah, Greg, the green rupee of epic greatness.
Oh! Is that what they called it?
Yep, that's what we call the lone green rupee in the games that have it.
Interesting.
Or I believe the single arrow in Link to the Past rando as well. Oh, it's Eternal Glory. Close enough. Green rupee of Eternal Glory.
I can't say I remember all of the memes in ROT.
Okay, so yeah, it is the meme in Link to the Past rando.
There's the sword.
Because Link to the Past has 2 Gregs, if I remember correctly. I don't play Link to the Past rando often, but, like, I've tried to play most of the Zelda randos, at least on occasion, so that way, you know, I can relate to people in chat when I do stuff on Restream for various communities. Also, because Zelda randos are just fun. Like, there's no arguing about the fact that they're all fun. Alright, so KitKat is headed back to Cistern. So yeah, we do have people doing very different things right now. Mario and Raid have traded places here, I believe. What is... the Hungry Goron in a mountain village, okay. I'm not super familiar with MM. It's like one of the only Zelda 3D Zeldas I haven't played casually yet. Yeah, we have access to all 3 of our dungeons now. We can full clear Cistern, which KitKat is doing. We know that there's a Sots item in LMF, and we know that there's a... Oh, there's the Gust Bellows in the front.
Okay.
What if the monster bits are in LMF? What if that's our Sots item, and it's a required double dip of Fire Sanctuary?
This is a bit of a troll.
That sword hint is goated if that's what led him to do this. Because that Gust Bellows means he's probably going to go to LMF here.
Yeah.
I think that at this point, realistically, Mitz is the last Spirit of the Sword item, which means that's in Linearity and LMF.
Yeah.
Yes, they do lock 1 additional check in. I did forget about that. Technically they lock 2, but we know what one of them is, so. It locks 1 more check. Because you have to go digging through the rocks. This scene with Bit could turn into a nightmare, actually. Because a lot of people, when you have Fire Sanctuary, will do the back half first, using Back in Time. Which leads to some interesting scenarios. I imagine that we see Yal go to Heart Piece. He decided to pick it up. Vanilla Heart Piece. No, that's the Rattle. What am I saying? That's not Vanilla. Alright, so I imagine we see Yal go for Linearity now. No? Yes. Okay. It seems like Yal is trying to put off Ancient Cistern, and for good reason. Cistern is like the exceptional dungeon in this game where, if you can do it last, regardless of whether or not it's go mode, you want to, because of where it places you when you're done, because the exit from Floria Waterfall to Farron Woods main is super close to Sealed Grounds, which is where we gotta go for the end of the game. So, it's actually, like, insanely fast to just run from the exit of Ancient Cistern to the Sealed Temple. So a lot of times you'll see people try to do Ancient Cistern last if they can, but, you know, I do not blame KitKat at this point. Alright, so, for doing it here, and now we get to talk about the Cistern clip. Alright, so, clipping back in bounds slightly here. But Cistern Clip is an, NTSC U version 1.0 exclusive trick, because the collision between the stair entry and the main room of Ancient Cistern is like a pixel off. So by moving correctly, you can just like clip out of bounds and move on some out of bounds geometry there to reach the rope. And now we're in the basement. This saves about 7 minutes in like a speedrun if it was faster to do English. So just think about that.
If you don't have hook beetle, and if you wanted to do it logically, it just makes routing a lot better knowing that trick. It's certainly a staple in SSR.
Yeah, it's a rando staple. We actually, we the Racing Council of SSR, did actually discuss removing Cistern Clip from the no-bit rule set. Ultimately, it was decided that we wanted it to stay in, but one of the reasons that we talked about is because you can very easily soft lock there, and the movement isn't exactly the easiest. But yep, we settled up bombs. All right, so there's the boss key. We're gonna go see one of the best bosses in like all of Zelda, Kolaktos, Mr. Kolak Champ himself. I wish we had Kolak Champ on FFZ/7 TV/whatever in ZSR, but I don't think we do.
You can't one cycle Kolaktos with F.
Yeah, actually, with our current equipment, we cannot one cycle phase 1.
Not good.
We can, however, one cycle phase 2 with powerful Skyward strikes.
Yeah.
Because Hero Mode Skyward strikes are busted. Like, disgustingly broken. Yeah, you can also use bow to do second phase. But we do not have a method of doing first phase right now. Bow is slightly faster if you have it, but most runners will just muscle memory the Skyward Strike version. Or some runners, a lot, I don't know. I know that, like, if I'm consciously thinking about it, I'll switch to bow, but... Interesting note here about Yal's decision to do mines here is that he thinks that there must... I guess he's looking for swords, but... Like, I would have just gone directly to LMF for the Sot's item just to find out what's going on. Because if it's Bomb Bag, that's a big deal, because that tells you that there's something in the nodes. Because at this point, that's the only thing that's left. That's Bomb Bag. So.
As I also said earlier, that if it was Cave's Key, it would just basically make you go to...
Oh yeah, I forgot that we haven't found the cave yet.
Yeah.
Of note in these settings is that we do have slight key sanity enabled. The key to enter the Sand Sea is shuffled anywhere in the world. You know, besides obviously Sand Sea, but I think that went without saying.
No logic vibes.
That's a terrible thing to happen in No Logic, actually, because that's a hard lock. If there's
That's very true.
I guess technically you could, like, do out of bounds without claw shots to smuggle the key from, like, Gorge or something. Although I don't think we can trigger the correct layer for Gorge to pick up the key. Ooh, Mario getting caught there a little bit. Not the greatest.
But really, we're just waiting on some knowledge in LMF.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that none of our runners went to LMF. Like, if I was Mario, I would have dipped an early LMF from, like, his super early play here. Yeah, I mean, Yao's on his way there, but...
I don't know, if you skip mines, it tends to have a habit where something's required there, and sometimes it's awkward to route it in later.
So Linearity is a very interesting region, because it's really inefficient to full clear in a single sitting, like in a single visit. Because of, like, the way Sand Sea and Caves works. Like, I think the fastest access to Caves if you are, like, in the middle of desert. Like, I believe it's faster to go from the mine statue to Caves via that entrance, rather than, like, moving from, like, the middle of desert. But you also want to do mines. So, like, it's just really awkward. Like, you end up wanting to fly in and fly out at least once at some point. But, like, if you go to Caves first, then Sand Sea's kind of just junk. Like, really hard to get back to. So.
I wonder where Kit Kat will go from here. Because he's really got two choices now, if he goes to Fire Sanctuary or LMF at this point.
Yeah. So Kit got the first runner to complete one of our 3 required dungeons at the 1 hour and 24 minute mark.
I don't think it's the longest we've had. I think we've had like 2 hour marks where someone's finished a dungeon. Still not awfully quick either. So here's the whip trick on Yarl's side. It saves a little bit of time. Also giving access if we didn't have Hook Beetle. But fortunately for our runners, we do. What will LMF behold? As CJ said earlier, it's probably going to be mitts, but it could also be a sword here, or an item that leads to something.
It's really interesting because there are 3 items it can be, and all 3 of them tell us something wildly, actually it's 4, but it's
Yeah.
4 wildly different things about the seed.
Hmm.
Because it could be bombs, which means that, oh, we have to figure something out with bombs. Which is just nodes. It could be the caves key, which is, means sand sea, which no one wants to see anyway. It could be a sword, which means potentially, doing, like, vanilla TMS or required item on Din's power. Both of which are sometimes hinted. We haven't seen either of them, so that's always interesting. It could just straight up be Magma Mitch, which is effectively like sword mode. So.
Yeah. There's also 2 checks in Farron with the bomb locked ones as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good point.
There's a little bit of a variety when it comes to bomb checks.
Yeah.
So, but since we got the only thing that bombs is required for would be the check in Fire Sanctuary. So if we've already got a 3rd small key, we don't need it, don't we?
Yeah, we do not need bomb bag in Fire Sanctuary.
Unless
but yes, that's like the fact that Yal has the bellows is extremely key here. So.
You want to see Cave's Key? It will improve. Why would Cave's Key improve the seed, huh?
It means Sand Sea. It improves it for us. Yeah, if Magma Mitts are Bellows locked, it's a forced double dip of one of the most linear dungeons in the game.
Dude, be funny though.
Because, like, before getting to Magma Mitts, there's, like, 0... Like, you can't open any of the shortcuts, I don't think.
Nah. I keep forgetting that Fledge is a thing.
Yeah, Fledge is a thing that could be.
Although I highly doubt it at this point. You know, I would love to see everyone last location Fledge crystals. I want to summon the commentator's curse.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good point, Senra. Bomb bag on Fledge for Mitts on LMF Bonsky would be a nightmare.
But it looks like we got the mitts, so unless we find anything else, it looks like a required item.
And that is Bella's lock, so hard double dip of Fire Sanctuary. That sword hit probably just won Yal the race.
Potentially. Highly likely. Yal winning a seed he rolled. Huh. Interesting. There's K. Ooh. That adds a bit of diversion. In most cases, you're just gonna do your dungeon anyway. But there's potentially a gamble you can make there by going to CNC because it could have a required item. Because we don't know.
Does someone have the key?
Yeah, Yal just got it from the.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, he didn't pay attention to which key he got. He thought it was the LMF key.
Nice. Come on, Yal. It says on the screen.
H key is not bellows locked. Noted.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's very interesting logical implications.
We could have accessed that a long time ago.
Yeah. That means that Mario, like, avoided a big problem by not getting baited into LMF and then being baited into Sansi. Alright, I hereby decree that Yal is banned from rolling seeds for all eternity of the upcoming season of SSR tournaments.
I second
Yal
that.
is not in go mode because he needs swords. He still needs one more, I believe.
Can we just make that official and get that in writing quick?
Can we get this in writing? I guess there could be a sword in Sansi, which would be terrible. Yeah, no, that Bellows is monstrous.
Yes.
A sword on unrequired dungeons cannot have items in this mode.
Mm.
It is an option in the game, though, in the randomizer. This is exactly the reason we let him roll seeds.
True.
On the contrary, I like the way you think, chat.
So basically, when we're not racing, we'll let Yell roll. But if we are racing, we don't want Yell to roll.
Yeah,
We'll
it
do it
could
for
be
the
Sansi.
restream. Yeah, definitely. I don't see a world where a runner will elect to do Sansi first, though, just because Fire Sanctuary is a required dungeon.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, always be clearing dungeons or whatever.
Hmm. Unless you felt super behind and the only way you could think of catching up would be to make that gamble.
Mario's
but
trying to clip back out of bounds here. Oh,
mayhaps.
that should be enough to put him back on the ground. No, he's back in the water. Okay, he's back on the ground. He needs to be very careful here.
Ooh.
He needs to, like, Z-strafe to the side slightly. This movement is not easy, unfortunately. Especially to do it fast and do it well. What is he? Oh, Mario not doing the tech. If you front hop onto the rope for some reason, holding B will immediately stop you on this rope for some reason.
Ah.
Rather than having to wait for an eternity like Mario did. And I believe it is faster if you are going to climb the rope. You can also swim out of swim in the out of bounds water. But that's risky because if you void from the water, you can soft lock. Yeah, you can't do the minecart jump strat without bombs. Like the regular strats, you have to hit it with the beetle. So dumb. God, this seed. I can't wait for Bombag to be an LMF and no one knows what the Spirit of the Sword item actually was.
Yeah.
I love the ambiguity of Spirit of the Sword hints in this game, and and Way of the Hero hints in Ocarina of Time Rando. Oh, that was something in Summit had a Boko base, or I think that was like the Boko base pouch chest or something. Oh, okay, cut. Did he just have a UK internet moment?
There's the small key.
Deep
Now, if
in
you yell,
LMF, unfortunately.
do you full clear LMF or do you just finish it?
He probably finishes, and if he feels like he needs it, he needs to come back. He'll come back after beating the dungeon. And he'll come back later. Actually, he'll probably come back way later, as a matter of fact. Oh, did he not save? He doesn't have bombs. He can't death warp. Effectively. I guess he could have damaged down on the thing before he summoned the minecart, but On the spikies. So we're gonna see Mr. Molderock here. We have plenty of items that we can use to stun lock him. So this is a baby fight, basically. This is like Baby's first speedrun trick in SS. That isn't early Thunderhead or like a bit warp. Baby's first like non-bit speedrun tech. Oh no, wait, no, that's Fence Hop is Baby's first.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I forgot about Fence Hop. EU internet moment again, I think.
Representing UK land, very proud. Get better internet, UK. And Europe in general, actually.
Nice break slide from Kick Out there. Break slides are a trick that works like an ESS slide in Ocarina of Time, for those of you who are familiar with that. Basically, we buffer a one-frame transition, or a one-frame transition from holding forward and D-pad to slightly down, and it preserves our speed. It does so on land, but it's most effective on Sink Sand.
We just missed a check.
I'm assuming the heart container is not relevant.
Yeah.
So I don't see anything marked on Yel's tracker either.
No.
Honestly, we still haven't seen a Skyloft trial hint, so. Bomb bag on Skyloft trial.
So it looks like Raid is elected to go to Sand Sea. So we might actually see that
stream is dead. Oh, I think Yao got his last sword on the end of the dungeon.
Oh, shoot, he did too. It's on his tracker.
So there were two. Were there two swords in the dungeon, or like? So there was a sword in the dungeon and on the end of the dungeon, I assume. So Yao is now in go mode.
Yeah. So it looks like
1 hour and 38-minute mark.
So I guess the way the hero was either the sword or the mitts.
It probably wasn't the sword, it was the mitts.
Yeah.
Because we still don't know that swords can be good with the sword. This one. I just want to point out that this race room's, like, hash words is calm harp. And this seed has been anything but calm with requiring the harp.
Very true. It was trying to tell us all along.
Oh, the hook beetle fight. Right, I forgot about that one. There was only one in LMF. Might be. Oh, Kickut got... Oh no, Kickut's checking Sand Sea. I didn't even notice that because I got so focused on Yao being in go mode. So yeah, Raid and Kickut are both being hard baited by the Bellows being missing at the non-Bellows locked Sand Sea key. Ah, the poor children. Think of the children, Yao. Why did you do this to our poor children?
That was also a child. Huh? Question mark?
Yeah, but he did this to himself, so. I guess treat others the way you wish to be treated or something.
Mayhaps.
Jaznix, Bellows is in the front half of Fire Sanctuary. And then they lock Magma Mitts. Bellows locks Magma Mitts. Actually, even with Bit, it's a hard lock. I think this is a hard... No, because you don't need Bellows to... I don't remember where the LMF boss key was, but depending on where it was. This could be a hard FS double dip, even with... quote-unquote double dip. Even with Bit. Like, Bit does not make this seed better.
No, arguably it just makes it chaotic. A lot to keep track of.
Yeah,
Especially
if you do back half first with second crawl space, so Bellows lock, okay. If you do Bit and just do back half and like don't do front half, you totally miss Bellows.
Not good. It's just
There's the bomb bank!
Oh my... Well... Wow. At least we know they won't be getting any bomb checks anytime soon.
Just Bellows in Fire Sanctuary. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a monster bait. Well, the thing is they're gonna know that it means that there's something Bellows locked in LMF that's important, which means they probably have to rule the fact that it's the mids. Oh. Yeah, y'all can escape with this kind of lead. Yao's gonna retire from the SSR racing scene. Which isn't even necessarily Yao luck, Jazz. Yao just made a decision, probably to get a sword. Because there was a hinted sword in Fire Sanctuary, and he was in the area, so I assume that he just wanted to get the sword.
It wasn't far-fetched at all. It was...
Oh, so shoutouts to the most unimportant item in the game, Slingshot. The interesting thing is that you can have, like, Spirit of the Sword Slingshot in some edge cases, but other than that, Slingshot is usually just completely useless. Also, okay, so Kikot is doing this, like this, in case he finds Bellows in the skydive chest. So that he can death warp back up to the door, but...
I wonder if they'll go for the hint here. I don't think it would help them that much.
I mean, he could go to the spumes. The spumes. Mario just now getting his... Oh! That's why Mario did not do LMF. He didn't have Hook Beetle. Okay, I understand. We have 6 paperweights. Hey, Slingshot is useful in some niche situations. However, the Stone of Trials is a legitimate paperweight. It's literally worthless unless you have to do Skykeeper have the ER on.
Looks like he's gonna go back to the Nehru.
He's gonna go to the front. Oh no, I think Mario's gonna get baited into Sansi as well.
No!
I think it's gonna get 3. I think it's gonna kill all 3 of our remaining restreamed runners.
I wonder which path Lepilog has chosen.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We do have 1 unrestreamed runner with Lepilog.
We'll see if we get a snipe from him.
That'd be insane, because, like, to snipe Yao at this point would mean that, like, you have to have done the same thing he did.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the Earth Temple keys are paperweights, you're right, and should probably be removed from the progress pool, and I should probably make a PR for that tonight, because that's an easy change to make. But... yeah, Demise is a free fight in this game. Unfortunately, the final boss is really, like, the final boss itself is a really epic fight, but it's really, like, an underwhelming fight. I guess we could say that about a lot of the final bosses in Zelda. But it's the lead up and the anticipation that really gets you. Casually, the fight is super fun. Alright, so there's your third sword hint.
Yeah.
So Raid is now, when he finds Bellows, in no mode.
It's an interesting time save there.
Yeah, they do all hit like a truck. But it's one of those things that, like, once you know what you're doing, it's they're just kind of, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are textures in this game, including a lot of the text. Like, just, like, random text that gets displayed on the screen. So, like, the game over screen is actually just a texture. Yeah, no mode once you get LMF and then mids. Or once you get bells and then mids. Alright, well, Mario's about to get baited. I believe Raid only has one sword. Oh, he hasn't picked up, no one's picked up the sword in LMF at this point, or the Fire Sanctuary, not LMF. Well, it's also true that no one's picked up the one in LMF. So here's the whip trick I alluded to before. I don't know if Yao did it, but you can whip that switch while singing in the sink sand.
I explained it when Yao did it, yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. I totally missed that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not very noticeable when I talk.
Oh, you're fine. Back. I'm sorry. I was probably focusing on what someone else was doing. I try to figure out logic. Where Lele Lop is.
Big brain. You are known for your insane thinking when it comes to logic reading.
Yeah, that is my specialty in SSR is logic. Yeah. No spoilers here. Lepe is also known for some insane, like, moments in Rando.
Yeah.
Like, he's pulled some insane nonsense.
So it looks like it's
Raid
just gonna
not
be
using
really
fast dropping Pepe hands.
Sheesh. Looks like it's gonna be close between Raid and Kikot here. I don't think there's anything else that can really check after CNC that would.
Well, mids are hard required in no bit for this game or for Fire Sanctuary in all situations because you have to use them to progress.
Yeah.
Even with bit, a vanilla boss key doesn't matter because we can skip mids in this case with back in time actually. You used to do it in any percent, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it's a bit of a process, but you do two relatively fast back in times. One that kills the Moldorm and one that raises the bars. I believe it's checking the Bazaar statue and checking Upper Academy are the corresponding back in time flags. It's really interesting because, like, going from Skyloft to Fire Sanctuary with the scene flags, like, so many of them are just checking the statues. Like, all 4 statues are useful, I believe. Or all 3 statues on Skyloft are useful. And then the front statue on Skyloft, or in Fire Sanctuary, corresponds with the Academy gates being open, the lower Academy gates. Which means that you have, like, a pseudo-bit magic file if you're saved in Fire Sanctuary at that statue. So... It might be... It could be LA and Bazaar. I don't remember. I might be thinking of the UA Bit Warp and mixing them up that way, but... Yeah, it's 2 statue RBMs, which makes them, like, really fast. They're 2 of the faster RBMs in the game. Alright, so KitKat has realized that he's been baited. And we have basically a sync from him in Raid.
True Master Sword and Boss Key. Interesting.
Yeah, it's actually really not... Like, I alluded to it before, and I assumed that's what he was trying to do. Is he... Death Warping? Oh, did he get TMS?
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at Yellow's screen, because, like, there's, like, nothing left for him to find. Other than the boss key. So wait, so where's the boss key if it's not vanilla? Or does he have the queue?
Might be bottle. It's probably bottle.
Did he not get the bottle chest?
No, plats you have to do.
Oh, is it map chest then? I think he skipped map chest.
Okay.
Which is the bellows locked check, which is why I assume he's heading back here. Okay, so it is map. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation.
So really, Fire Sanctuary just holds the key to everything here.
Yeah, the swords were actually really nice today, and the hints were helpful for them as well. But they're not total garbage. Although, it is the return of Fire Sworduary, so... It's a running meme that Fire Sanctuary always has, like, 2 or 3 swords. Everything else, absolute trash. Swords, fine. You do not need mitts for map chest with bit, correct?
Yeah, because you can just spawn it in.
So it's interesting. You can one-trip Fire Sanctuary with bit, but you're likely to skip bellows by accident. So. Still looking at Yao's hints, trying to figure out what some of the stuff he's written is. He's confused that Thunderhead was Phi, or he writes Phi for Spirit of the Sword. That's his shorthand. But he probably just forgot that he got Colin's letter there. Yeah. An easy thing to forget, because I also forgot it. But SMH, Yao, you're supposed to be the one who remembers everything. Yeah, letter to scale. So yeah, we have all of our stuff figured out.
Really just comes down to who's going to go to Fire Sanctuary first at this point.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle for second place.
I think just because of the lead of finishing Ancient System,
I think
KitKat probably will take the win, but...
Because KitKat has less left.
Yeah.
His facial expressions are so good.
Must say, I haven't really
of our restreamed runners, Kit is probably the best player of the base game. He probably has the best movement of all 4. Yao holds a close second on movement. I mean, KitKat's an 80% world record contender. Like, he's a base game world record contender. So. All he does is have good movement. And, you know, the ability to do back in time, but... Yep, that's exactly what Yao does. We question his routing. Literally every seed.
Yep.
And then we're like, but why though? Yeah. Yeah, still has another dungeon to do. Alright, so Kit Kat has figured this out, it looks like. See, the thing is that Jaznix's movement holds much more of a candle to Kit Kat than Yao's should on paper. Because, you know, I believe Jaznix currently has the no-bit world record.
Hmm.
I don't know what the current leaderboard standings are. I've been kind of disconnected from the vanilla speedrunning scene for, 6 months now. But I say that despite having chatted in the Discord, like, this morning. But I haven't done a vanilla speedrun in months. I still have, like, a 20038 in any percent or something. And I could easily get, like, a 130x. The interesting thing is that, our no-bit seeds have been really weird with times. Like, most of our, like, we've had a sub-2 no-bit seed before. No-bit SSR seed. And then last week's weekly was, like, a 3-hour first finish time.
Hmm. It's weird, because we thought this seed was going to be a bit of a monster, but honestly...
It didn't turn out to be.
No.
The seed gave away all its tricks, that was the thing.
Hmm.
When we saw all those, like, when we saw the 2 trials on the same hint, and I was like, alright, those are early logic trials. Mario, why are you trying this brake slide? More gratitude crystals.
Can you even make that?
You can. It's needlessly difficult.
Oh, he's done it.
It was me, the bellows all along.
What was the thing that was locking everyone last seed? I can't remember.
Magma Mit's on a trial.
That's right.
Or on a trial with the hint on the shipyard hint stone.
Yeah.
And most people try, me specifically, avoiding Sansi, and a lot of people just not checking the hint stone.
Yeah.
Alright, so Yao's gonna be entering Cistern here. So Yao will be done in... Where was Boss Key in Cistern? Whip chest. Yeah. So probably within 20 minutes he'll be done.
Hmm.
Endgame is about 7 minutes.
Love hearing spicy seed stories. There's plenty.
Yeah, there are some real spicy seeds from SSR. Yeah, because no one likes to check this hint stone, that's the thing. And
No.
meanwhile, everyone learned their lesson from last week's weekly and is checking the hint stone. It also had Levias required. I don't mind Levias required, honestly. Like, it happens. It's gonna happen.
Hmm. As long as
At
it
least
tells
the
you.
seed was kind enough to give us bow for that fight.
Yeah.
So.
Although last seed did also have bow. I think if you like double dipped Skyloft, that's when you could get it. I think. I can't remember.
Okay, no, because Emerald was on Levias and bow was in Baron.
Oh. Oh. I thought bow was on Skyloft. Fair enough. Might be just me misremembering. Sometimes seeds mesh together. No, bow was in Tree Fair. Fair enough. I'm known for having a bad memory. is KitKat doing?
Getting his sword. So is that a vanilla second multi in Fire Sanctuary?
Think so. Oh. Uncharacteristic mistake here, missing the water part. Okay. Is Raid gonna die here? Surely not. I think he pretty much last locationed it.
Yeah. I also don't think he has anything left.
Nothing that didn't open up from coming. Yeah, 'cause I think by getting that sword, it opened up a check and fund ahead, but other than that, I think he's done everything.
Sansey is Baron, and I wonder if there's a Baron Sansey hint on the LMF hitstone. Yeah, yeah, he does have that now. He has Dins now. Alright, this should be Bellows, so let's watch him for a reaction. Stoic, interesting. No reaction, really.
I was expecting baby rage.
Oh, was Slingshot in Sansey? Okay, can't be Baron. I mean, it would have been funnier if it was the sword, honestly, and Bellows was on Din's power. That would have been absurd.
Is Mario finished system? No, I can't tell because my thing's bugged.
Let me check his tracker. He has completed Cistern according to the ZSR tracker.
Yeah. I'm getting pseudo connection right now, so some images aren't loading, which is very bizarre. But I feel like we could potentially still see a neck-and-neck situation between Mario and Raid here. So I think KitKat's got too much of a lead at this point.
Yeah, KitKat is in no mode, I believe. Well, he doesn't know about mitts, but yeah.
Yeah.
He will be in no mode as soon as he finds mitts in Elma. Because he knows that there's still another Spirit of the Sword item in there. So...
Where is Raid going? Back to Cistern.
Oh, Floria, probably. He might not have done Floria. I don't remember if he did.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I assume he just didn't do Floria. It's interesting how much divergence we saw in the beginning of the, like in the mid game of the seed, just for it to all converge because of Bellows and FS.
There's always that one item that just like locks out everyone, and until they get it, it's just yeah. I don't know, you kind of hate to see it sometimes, but in this case it was kind of just done by good routing. and not by luck. So, can't really complain.
Yeah, the album music is really good, I agree.
That is certainly a cat jam. What
Yal
is the
has
music?
the Sky theme on Galactos here.
Oh, okay. It's not no facility for mining. Kick cut. Oh, kick cut. Ooh. Damn. Iframes kind of saved him there.
Yeah, Yal's an easy sub 230. He will cut it close to a sub 215, but with TMS Horde, very possible.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he still has to sit through this cutscene and a couple loads, but... Yeah, no imprisoned anymore.
We don't fight
Not
the
today.
sausage. It's an interesting way to describe.
I think that's the first time we've heard someone call the imprisoned a sausage. I love it. We usually just call him the avocado, but... The suspicado.
The suspicado. Hey man, any way you can get your spicy kebabs on. I kind of miss Imprisoned a little bit, only a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I want to play with the Imprisoned again, and then I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, nah. It does add a bit of skill barrier, which makes it so those who know how to do it quickly can get a huge lead.
Yeah. We might TM see it in season 2. Return for the season 2 tournament.
That's gonna be a controversial vote, that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun council discussion.
I can see it going both ways, to be honest.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm out of season 2 then. I wouldn't blame you.
I don't know, I feel like that's a not necessarily fair decision. Like, Imprisoned is not that bad. Maybe we'll turn off Demise and replace it with the Imprisoned smile.
Yo, actually, that would be a bad idea.
Just Imprisoned and Demise. No Horde or G3 smile. Alright, yeah, entering the end game, so he's gonna be about a 217. Probably. Yeah, the rando can skip any combination of the 4 endgame fights, which are the Imprisoned 2, the Horde fight, the Garam 3 fight, or the, or Demise. And if it's Demise, I believe you just enter the portal and get warped to the credits.
Alright. Can't say I've fiddled around with those settings.
Imp 2 on or Riot. Oh boy, we have conflicting Riot opinions. Also, triple item sync. Also, Kika did a backflip over the spikes there because the sand is high enough that you could just backflip and clear them, and it's completely a non-issue. Did Yao pick up a fairy? Yao's taking a lot of damage in this barrier.
I don't think so.
Okay, he did get a fairy? Okay.
Oh, okay. I can't pay attention.
He also might have picked up a fairy in Fire Sanctuary. I didn't notice. Because there's a free fairy after the, Oh no, he Death Warped in Fire Sanctuary.
No riot.
I guess no riot or riot. Excellent idea, chat.
Chat just wants to cause chaos.
Oh, that's all chat is here for. I'm
That's
a
very
streamer.
true.
I know these things.
Also, nice horde skip. Very well played.
Why
Not
is
the
Mario
worst
picking up the fairy?
snuggles.
Oh, he's picking up. Oh, Mario.
No.
I mean, it's not like
Raid
it
was-
matters that much. He can just pick up the one at the end of the dungeon.
Reed was also having trouble with picking that one up.
The fairy patterns are really erratic. So.
Chaos or riot. I wonder how Yao's feeling at this point, going into Horde.
Great question, quite frankly. Well, when in the interview, we really gotta ask him why he did Fire Sanctuary. Did he pull out a shield? Does he have a shield? Did Kickout buy a shield, or did he find one?
They found one. I can't remember where, but they definitely found it. I think it was in
So
Linearity
Yao
somewhere.
is electing to not use. He might not have put it in his pouch, actually. Chat says he bought it.
Oh. I swear someone got a shield.
Kickout standing up.
Don't pay attention to me.
Oh, he bought it early? He bought it like Smear 2.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing him running out of the bazaar with the flag. I love his shield so much.
I hope he never changes it.
Yeah. So Kickout's gotta go finish Fire Sanctuary and then he's done. I wonder if he's gonna gamble on map chest being empty.
Nice cycle there on Girahim. Damn, both of us missed the you wretched brat.
Oh no!
I was gonna say something, but I thought you were gonna do it. No!
Oh no! I wasn't paying attention to Yao's endgame. Oh, he might sub to. No. He's gonna be about to. Like a mid 215s.
Yeah.
That was a fast endgame. Yao had a really nice endgame. Clean horde skip. Clean G2. G3. Kickout's checking the hint. Let's see what it says. Not that it's useful. Oh, he's hoping for a Fire Sanctuary boss key. Zelda's Blessing has a quiver. We have Garus music for phase 1 him here. For, Yao. Ooh. Trading blows with Demise and not getting the sunlock. Yao might have some issues with phase 2 as a result of this. He will be okay. C-chart is a non-progression item in these settings. So it can be anywhere in the game. It could be anywhere except Sanshin. And GG's, yeah.
GG's. With a time of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 20 seconds.
GG's, yeah. Let's see if he is, going to join us for an interview.
Quite frankly, smashing it out of the ballpark.
Yeah, Yao really killed it today. His play was really good, and his routing was top notch today. So, a well-deserved victory. And sending us the raid. Oh, and he's just someone beat me to dragging him in. Thank you, whoever did it. Hello, Yao.
Hi. So what to say? For one, getting.
Well, okay, hang on. First question: how dead do you feel right now?
Honestly,
like,
people should be murdering me less than KitKat. Like, I know that like you had to do Levias in 2 trials, but you have to realize that those 2 trials were hinted to you on literally the first hint stone, and then Levias not too long after.
What about the Bellows location, though?
Okay, required Fire Sanctuary double dip was pretty funny. Also, speaking
and
of
everyone,
which,
most people got baited into last locationing.
speaking of which, does anybody have any idea what Thunderhead Spirit of the Sword means?
It's Conquest.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was so confused when I got the sword in LMF, because I was like, I thought that either there's going to be bombs in Isle of Songs or there's going to be a sword there. But
bombs were completely unrequired this game.
Yeah, bombs are just like
Mm.
in on the bottle check.
Just like kind of there.
Yeah.
All right.
I was
so-
really surprised by that.
Yeah. So we hypothesized about what your Fire Sanctuary dip was, but we want to hear it from the man himself. What was your reasoning for going into Fire Sanctuary when you were there the first time?
So, the reason why was because... Alright, let me think. Okay, so originally I went over to Volcano Summit just because I wanted to go to Alden and get my whip. Because I was intending on just doing AC after that. But then I realized, hey, I can go into Volcano Summit and clear the path to Fire Sanctuary while I'm here. So I went in there. And then I saw the hint that there was a sword on one of the water pods, and then I remembered the Thunderhead Spirit of the Sword. I forgot about Colin's letter, you have to remember. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go get this sword, then go to Linearity, get the other sword, and then go check out what Thunderhead is all about.
Aha, okay. So yeah,
And I just got the Bellas out of pure chance.
So that's pretty much what we hypothesized. We were like, oh, he just wants to get the sword in case Thunderhead has something
Pretty much.
later. We did not know at the time that you had forgotten about letter. We commented on your hints a bunch, because, you know, you had some good narration in there.
Yeah. Also, I like how this is no bit, and I still lost a Fire Sanctuary 75-25. I skipped the map chest because I thought, oh, there's 3 other things that are faster along the way. And then, of course, it had the... At least I got a fancy new sword out of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So in the end, it was Yao luck, actually, because he just didn't get punished. He got rewarded for a slight misread. Not that it really matters in the end, because you would have done those checks anyway, but it's one of those things where, like, you have the order there matters a lot. I might have been less inclined to go to Fire Sanctuary if I had remembered what Thunderhead was all about. Yeah. Basically, you just got lucky that you forgot that location, or that Sots thing.
I forgore Skull.
Forgore Skull. Indeed. Trying to think what else is interesting about this scene. Oh,
I was gonna ask if you could...
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna ask if you were going to move Lepe in, but I guess he already set his layout as though he wasn't going to be on the stream, so...
Oh, did Lepe just finish?
No, but I meant to, like, move him into, like, the layout.
Got you.
Restream.
Uh.
I believe Raid is in the waiting room.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, Raid.
Hello.
I understand the frustration.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you have to hear me out. I should be less dead to you than KitKat is, right? Because at least I gave you the hints in, like, the Sphere Zero hint.
No, I mean, why'd I go to Shanxi though? Like,
Oh,
the seed wasn't that bad.
that reminds me. Shoutouts to the fact that I wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention, and I thought I got the LMF key when I got the Caves key.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Yeah, I did the opposite, and I was like, oh, LMF is its way of the hero. This is where I go.
Wait, did you not get?
Fancy
Oh, right,
time.
because you didn't have bellows at the time.
I did not have bellows.
Yeah.
You know, I second guessed myself so many times. I like left Farron and then went back to Farron twice. I was like, oh wait, no, I shouldn't be done in Farron yet. And when I saw that that was bellows instead of mitts, just decided I didn't really feel like playing anymore.
Yeah, I was considering the possibility
Yeah.
of vanilla magma mitts. I thought that would be...
Yeah.
Hmm.
We were discussing the possibility of like vanilla bellows on comms, or like, you know, like, oh, is there gonna be like a bomb bag that leads to something in early LMF or something like that? We were trying to figure out the whole you know, what was gonna be in LMF. My prediction was it was just gonna be mitts and bellows was gonna be somewhere, but at
Where
that
was
point we were
mitts?
like, where are they? It was mitts, yeah.
Where though in LMF?
map chest.
Map
Or,
chest?
I guess
Yeah.
chest after Armos fight, as they're
Okay.
officially called.
Because
So, did KitKat, like, just get ahead via execution, or did he make fewer baits?
I think just better pathing and routing overall as well. He's already done with AC, so
He's also
He
going to
is.
save a little time over me by doing this first.
yeah. So just some general pathing and just a lot of execution as well. He was keeping up with you until the diversion is not the diversion. Where you went into Fire Sanctuary. So
I had
just,
a little bit of
I
a stroke
didn't-
doing Levias.
I didn't need to forfeit. Like the seed wasn't very long from where I was, and I knew that. Like
I was
knew
gonna say,
that
this
I had
seed-
bellows,
this-
I just had to go to LMF, then come back to Fire Sanctuary once I got the mitts. But the lingering possibility of bomb bag blocking mitts somewhere, and
I mean,
just the
like,
fact that I was playing terrible, I didn't want to play anymore.
And hang on, did you
I mean, like,
already get
consider how few checks bomb bag were left, like bomb log checks were left. It was just nodes and Farron bomb rock. Oh, I guess the LMF boss key, but
the... Did you,
LMF
did you,
Lusky was hinted in Sansi, so not that one.
oh,
Did
okay,
you
we
get-
missed that hint then.
Yeah.
did you, get, the sword in the Hook Beetle fight yet?
Yes, I did have that.
Oh. I was gonna say, because if you didn't, then your swords would be free, because
Oh yeah, no.
there was a sword at the
Instone
end of
and,
LMF. Or not the end of LMF. Wait, yeah, yes, the end of LMF.
They moved. Whoa, hang on. What was I saying? Oh. Like, I was hoping that the sword placements would be enough, because I knew where the swords were, and that's why I put off Cistern 2 for as long as I did, because it was like I wanted to go mode everything.
Well, Cistern wasn't useful. I did it last, and it was
Yeah,
fine.
and I didn't. Eventually I caved. Like, I had so many ideas for routing, and then I abandoned them halfway and ended up just walking in circles.
Um,
I need to brush up on my routing for sure. And my trials.
Oh,
Press
yeah.
2 for help.
Trials. I was,
Yeah,
like...
we commented on your trial routing in the Skyloft trial, so
And
I
the fact that
delayed
died
going...
on the last tier.
Oh, no.
Nah, that was
My
Yeah,
Skyloft
not
trial
good.
was a little sloppy, too, but it wasn't terrible. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I delayed going to Farron because I wanted to get Din's power, because if I could enter Farron with Whip, since I already had Water Scale, I could be in a good spot. Just go and do AC, since it's right there.
Having water scale before Farron 1 probably would have helped a lot too.
Kicot and Yell ended up with it before, and I believe both you and Mario elected to go directly to Farron after Levias.
Mm-hmm.
Both valid plays, like they more than anything it was just, you know, luck, because you didn't have a Sots hint
For Thunderhead, yeah.
for Thunderhead or for Academy, because there was an Academy Sots hint as well.
Those tend to kind of blur all of the Skyloft ones.
Yeah. Although we were hypothesizing about whether or not you guys were thinking about central sots and or beetle sots in your reasoning for going back to Skyloft immediately.
Sometimes I like notate some things that I get in like Skyloft 1 because when you get sots hints for that, it's really easy to forget.
Something, yeah.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, what was Central Skyloft sots? I didn't notate that, and it
beetle.
can't have been the beetle because that was hinted.
Oh, that beetle was hinted?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why I went to Baby Rattle before going to LMF. I thought like maybe this is gonna have Magomits or something.
Good question. I don't know, actually.
Probably always check the log after.
Yeah.
I specifically remember Pero being completely useless on both of the items.
Yeah.
Was it Ferora's
Oh,
courage?
Spiral Charge.
Oh, Spiral Charge.
Right.
I totally forgot about that.
Aurora's
actually
courage was
joked
on a
when
rock,
we-
I think.
Yeah, it was on a rock. When we found Spiral Charge in Sphere Zero, we were like, oh, Levias is halfway to being in logic. And then we read the hint, like, because Mario and Raid both did Extended Sky rather than dipping to Elden immediately. And we read the hint, like, 5 minutes later, we were like, oh.
Was Ballad in
Whoa.
I think it was the last key piece spot.
What was?
Ballad.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah, I was gonna
Levias
say...
was, if we zero index, Levias was Sphere 2.
I left... Yeah, I left Lumpy Pumpkin thinking, okay, I sure hope Levias isn't required, because there's nothing else I have to do here, and then I get the hint and I have to go back, and it was...
Yeah, we actually talked about that. That was like a slight routing edge for people who stayed in the sky, because they knew that they needed to pick it up as soon as they left Elden. But, you know, they also had nothing else to do in Lumpy at the time, so...
I feel like that pays off so much, just doing Extended Sky. Those early Elden dips never seemed to...
I don't know,
my thing was...
I don't know
I
about
had,
that one.
I had digging mitts. Like, digging mitts, you have 15 Sphere Zero checks.
Yeah, the
Digging
check density
this-
there is...
Yeah, it's a big check density thing.
Not to mention the
That's why I-
possibility of getting Din's Power and the Harp there so you can get the trial out of the way, but, I mean, that's not exactly the most likely thing.
Yeah.
I just think that in general, you're going to be going there pretty soon anyways, so if
That's a fair assumption.
minimize your sky
Yeah.
loading zones.
Nice, like, bounce on the rupee text box from Mario.
Yeah.
That's something that I need to work on, is just minimize the amount of times I go to and from the surfaces. I can't be leaving Farron going back to Farron because I decided I actually want to do Lake Floria.
Yeah, I mean, on the contrary, you also have the whole, you also want to minimize your Skyloft trips because loading zones, and it's a lot of movement. And after Sphere Zero, Skyloft is not a very dense location. Unless you're checking Beetle, but...
I mean, what I learned today is that I need to play some asyncs before Season 2.
Yeah.
I need to
You and me
practice.
both, Raid.
Or
Oh,
before
yeah.
co-op, Smile.
Yo.
I don't know if I'm gonna play co-op.
No.
Not like this.
Sad day for the gamers. One less
Well,
competitor.
When I decide that I'm gonna go to Sandsea after dipping LMF for 2 checks, I let
I
down
mean,
myself in
with what you
solo
know-
play, and I let
With
down
what
my
you know,
teammate
that
in
makes
co-op.
perfect sense. I do not blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I'm not saying any of you played poorly. Like, Yao just
No.
got really lucky and had a logical misstep. And that's the reason he won this race by such a large margin.
For all you could have known, like, that could have been your, like, sots hit.
He also didn't
Progression.
fail
so-
the Skyloft trial and jump into the lava.
But I mean,
Zelda
I
trial
didn't-
like
Well,
he-
yeah, I wasn't gonna touch on that, but...
I kind of screwed up my, like, I got third try gate clip, so I had to, like, get caught by the watcher to reset my cycles.
Third try gate clip.
If you get it in less than 2, if you get it in 2 tries or
Clip
less,
at one point.
Oh yeah, my first time through the trial, I just tried it until the timer was down to a quarter, and I was like, "Oh no, I should not."
yeah, at that point
Mario
you might
did the
as well
same
like
thing.
you might as well like intentionally get hit by the wicking water there, even if you're on a bad cycle.
I mean, you can just when I start getting low on time in that situation, I usually just wait until I hit a decent cycle.
I got it.
Alright.
So unfortunately, KitKat only has Master Sword for Horde. He did not pick up TMS.
Where was TMS?
It was in Fire Sanctuary. We had 2 swords in the good old Sworduary.
Good old Sworduary.
Blast.
And 1 in LMF. Also very typical.
This is a very typical scene, quite frankly.
This is a Yal scene. Sword and LMF, Levias required. This is a Yal scene.
2 trials. I mean, we also had 2 trials plus Levias on a KitKat scene last week, so.
Mostly the swords at the end of dungeons. Why? How do you do that consistently, Al? What's your secret?
It's because he's the dev of Sword Reward.
Yeah, that's why.
Yo.
I just snuck it in. I made it happen like 5% of the time, even when you don't turn it on.
His secret's out. Council, get him!
You can go check the
I
source
say as a council member, and also to another council member.
That would be a really risky thing to do on an open source thing.
Yeah, because it's obvious.
I think that I'm a little close to done with no bit.
Oh, don't say
Oh,
that.
dude.
No.
I'm not quite there yet, but I would not have forfeit if this was if this wasn't no bit, because I was go if it wasn't no bit.
I see it wasn't that much better though.
Oh, no,
with
yeah.
Fit, though.
Or KitKat, not Yao.
Oh no!
The thing is that this scene is not much better with.
You don't want to do that in the new any percent route. Especially since I'm looking now and apparently 6 hearts is optimal.
Yeah, the routing is changing a lot, and I just stopped paying attention.
But on the bright side, Tunic is, I think, required, so you can get Purple Kool-Aid. Let me go look at the round talk.
Yeah, for people who are not keeping up with the regular Skyward Sword community, what our #1 glitch hunter, Copernicus, just discovered that we can steal cutscene flags using Back in Time, basically, and has discovered a way to skip the Gate of Time completely.
Yeah, you essentially wrong warp into cutscenes using.
I saw some of it in
arbitrary
Jim's chat
entrances.
yesterday when you guys were all testing it out, but
Yeah.
man, I haven't
Yeah.
fought the blue Baco in a long time. I over practiced Horde.
Horde
I
skip
suck
is
at
a good
everything
trick
but
to
Horde.
be good at. It's just
Yeah.
it's a really nice thing to always be able to get at the end, because it also means that you need to be less safe on Horde.
I mean, I guess I could use the excuse of I overcorrected from last seed where I put off sand seed to the very end. I was just
Also,
making
wait.
the same mistake.
Yeah. Speaking of vanilla, wasn't it this time 2 years ago that early boss rush was discovered as well?
Like 3-ish, 2.5 months from now.
I thought it was closer to this time
Is
of year.
KitKat gonna get billied? Oh, I wonder. He's at 2 hearts.
Does KitKat have a fairy? He might have picked up a fairy in Fire Sanctuary. I wasn't paying close enough attention.
He didn't in Sealed Temple, at least.
Nah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm tired. I've been up for a while. I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright.
GG's.
Bed at 6 p.m. SMH my head. Right?
Well, he has like a night shift, I think.
Yeah, I work night.
I know. I just like to mess with people who go to bed at weird times. We'll yell at KitKat later too, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's gotta go to bed after this too.
So, GG's raid. You didn't finish, but
GG.
GG's anyway. See you next week, hopefully.
You guys should call more races. that aren't the weekly. I'm down to play this game again. I'm having fun.
Well, there's gonna be some news tonight, so.
Okay. I'll see it when I wake up. Have a good night.
Yeah. Kikon fighting Girim 3 with the shield, so he's able to stun lock. You're also able to stun lock with True Master Sword. So.
Although, there has been a recent development by Azer that you can probably get a one-cycle stun lock without shield with regular MS, because with Goddess Sword, it does like 52 damage, so with Master Sword it's going to do like 200, which is more than enough. Might be useful to learn about for rando, although it's pretty difficult.
No, do what?
There's Azer found a stun lock for.
Oh
no
yeah,
shield,
got a sword stun lock, shieldless, right?
which means with Master Sword you can just get that in like 2 cycles. So
Yeah, yay! More stupid tricks in this video game.
yeah.
This video game gets some stupid tricks. Death trick is 2 frames. Bed trick is 1 frame.
Death Trick is not that bad. Like,
Well, there's a Q
use
for
them.
death trick at least, right?
if you use a metronome, like even like ignoring all cues, if you use a metronome, like I get it like 90% of the time.
I mean, people. It's the same frame window as Wing Ceremony cutscene skin.
Well, I feel like somehow this one is more lenient. I don't know how, but it is.
Interesting.
Like, I
Right.
feel like because the window for your A presses is shorter with Wing Ceremony. And
GG's. Apparently, Kikon has said absolutely for the interview, so let's get him in here.
Let's go.
Hello, Mr. UK Land. Please spill your beans.
Okay, so... Right, okay. So, a lot of the seed didn't actually annoy me, but what I will say is... That case...
Fire Sanctuary double dip.
Yeah, that as well. Well, okay, well, I mean... If it weren't for that Chaos Key placement, I wouldn't have actually cared. Okay, well, first of all, Yal, did you go to Sandsea ever?
Nope.
Yeah,
I went to
that's-
Fire Sanctuary first, like before I had Magma Max.
Hello, Mr. UK Land.
Because
Please
I
spill
wanted
your
to get like
beans.
swords for Thunderhead, so
Hello,
I forgot
Mr.
about
UK Land.
Colin's letter.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, I followed the LMF hint, the LMF Sword Sword hint too much, and I found Chaos Key and was like, well, this is fun, and like, once I full cleared Sandsea, I just knew that I'd lost the race at that point. I did find the hint for the sword at the end of Sandsea, so I did FOMO a little bit of Sandsea.
There
But
was,
yeah, that was annoying.
it's really unfortunate that like the placement of the Magma Myths and Cave's Key, like if they were flipped, then things could have been a lot different.
Yeah, like that's...
Imagine if those were flipped. That'd be weird. That would be wild.
Like that annoyed, like yes, the seed like was long, right? But I don't care. I just care about the fact that the Caves Key placement
It honestly
literally
wasn't
just
that long,
decided the
like-
race.
Your finish time was like within a minute of my time on your seed last time.
Okay, well, my seed was worse, obviously, because like that had a horrible Sandsea thing. But like this one
I
just
don't
had.
know. I'd say that arguably this seed was worse because the bait was harder on this seed.
But that Caves Key placement was just something else. I think that
I at
is,
least
like,
had the
that
decency
takes the cake for me.
To put
It
both
annoys
of
me.
the trial hints on the first hint stone.
Yeah, the hint placement was really good in this seed. This seed had really good hints.
Yeah.
You know, minus, you know, the fact that all the hints were really bad because they were garbage item placements, but...
Yeah.
Not really. Yeah.
I will say though, Yal, you seem to always win because you forget about Spirit of the Swords, but you just do it anyway. Like, what was it? Last week you forgot about the Skyloft one, but you still won anyway because that's where Keiski was. Like, I guess in a lot of way this seed was kind of flipped because, alright, so you had Fire Sanctuary, you had Keiski. In last week, if you went to Fire Sanctuary, you lost. In this, like today, if you went to Sandsea, you lost. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And I did both.
It's really interesting just how how different these two seeds were, despite both being stupid Fire Sanctuary seeds with Levias and 2 trials.
Yeah, they were both so different.
Also,
until,
I
like,
think the
exact
same...
time.
Was it the same 2 trial gates as last week?
No, because there was Linearity trial on the last seed.
Oh, it was Linearity and Elden last week?
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I forfeited as soon as I saw the Elven hint. I was like, no, I'm out. Like, screw this.
Where's Lepolo? Actually, okay, it's not restream, so I'm not going to say, but I'm just curious myself.
I'm also curious about where Lepa is.
I was so like after I missed horse skip, I was so scared he was going to snipe me, but that didn't happen, fortunately.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say,
think
like,
Harry could have lost a lot of time.
That I mean, like
Alright, so Mario has obtained the Q.
yeah. Okay, so you two, like you and Mario, did... So, I skipped this check, and I did the other 3 first, because there's 3 of them, and they're faster, I think.
oh, okay, so you feel
But
creative.
I ended up... I lost a 50... Well, it's more like 75-25, but I lost a chance in Fire Sanctuary, even with no bit. Clearly the
Yeah.
problem is Fire Sanctuary and not bit.
I mean, very clearly that's exactly what's happening here. But Mario's
Yeah.
saving, and I'm not sure why.
Interesting choice. I mean, I saved, but that's because I forgot that... I wanted a Death Warp, but I forgot that that's probably not going to be worth it.
Oh, so that's where TMS was, I guess. It was
Yeah,
like,
TMS was on Bosky.
back off.
Yeah, it was on
It was
Bosky.
on-
thing. Right.
Because TMS was not vanilla because it was a small quiver on Zelda's Blessing.
Yeah. I thought TMS was going to be vanilla for a while. Just
I,
because...
we
like,
talked about the possibility on Restream.
the amount of Sots hints just didn't add up. Of course,
But
that's
no,
because
they-
I didn't know about the...
They were legit.
There were a lot of Spirit of the Sword hints, but I think a lot of them were stuff like Din's Power. That's why I went to Betrow as early as I did, because I knew that there was like a 50-50 chance that'd be something useful, and it was Din's Power, so I was able to do Angel Assistant quite nicely.
Yeah, the thing, like, we actually talked about the probabilities as well on Restream when someone, I think it was when Yao went and got both 30s and 40, because it was 3 out of 4 that you see the Sots item, but it's actually slightly more than that because of the fact that Patrol 50 is a sometimes hint. So if Patrol 50 was hinted, you were guaranteed to see the Sots item.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why when I got... I think there was, like... I got some 5-pack. I think it was in Lake Floria. It was somewhere. And I got, the gold rupee in Floria so I could buy a 5-pack off of Beetle. And then get, 2 more individuals to get 40.
yeah, we actually, I was like, why are you doing... I didn't realize you were going to get 2 more individuals. So I was like, why would you do that right now? Like, the timing just didn't add up to me.
I didn't want to leave 40 if it ended up being the thing.
No, yeah, it was like... I wasn't sure that you were going to go to Petro at all. I thought you were just buying the crystals for the heck of it.
I really like that, I was, stealing myself for a, Spirit of the Sword item, and then I get the Tumbleweed, and it's just...
Oh yeah, the Tumbleweed.
Yeah, that's...
That was nice, yeah. That was clearly the Spirit of the Sword, you know. Like, clearly.
It says it on Yao's notes. It's clearly true.
Yeah,
So when
I
you
ran out of space.
Yeah.
Did you just ignore the Linearity money for Filthy Spirit of the Sword and just not check any more of it or something?
Well, no. I think what I did was I went to Linearity thinking, and I did mines because I was like, if I get a sword here, then that'd be nice. I didn't, but then after something made me go to LMF instead of doing other stuff in Linearity, like caves or whatever, or that one part of Fire. But I went to LMF because of the Spirit of the Sword, and then I got Magomits. And then I went back to get the thing on the vanilla small key chest. I saw it was a small key, and I went back to the area. I didn't, and then only when it gave me the "this door is locked and will not open" text, and I was like, "Oh, it's Cave's key."
Yeah. Did you suspect that people would get baited by that?
No, that actually never crossed my mind.
Yeah. Did anyone else on Restream
Realized
get
what was
baited by it?
happening. on restream. 3 out of 4 got baited by the key.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, you got baited into thinking that the key was the LMF small key.
Yeah.
So really, everyone got baited today.
I was
by-
thinking that would happen to someone. I would think it'd be like they would just not read the text and go, small key, and then just like not open the log.
I have done that before in other dungeons as well.
Yeah, like I've done that in
Same.
Yeah.
Everyone's done
I
that.
think I did that in Cistern once.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cistern, I was going to be really mad if the first thing had the boss key, because then I lost both of the dungeons, like 50-50 things.
Yeah.
Especially because I was thinking I could like lose because of that. I didn't realize.
Did you,
You
when
were
did you do
doing-
it system
I knew that I struck gold by getting the bells, but I didn't think I struck that much gold.
I mean, think about it. It's like halfway through the most linear dungeon of the game, and also like the one that most people are not gonna enter without magma minutes for the most part.
Yeah, Noka especially. I mean, it doesn't make much sense because it's like you effectively have to do the dungeon twice, given how linear it is in
Oh
no bits.
no,
so it's like,
Mario!
there's no point, and I think a lot of people learned that in
Now imagine-
last week's weekly, but then this week was just like, yeah, let's just like punish you all for doing that.
Imagine a world where the magma myths and caves key were switched, but
That would maybe felt a lot better.
but the small key was not on the 64-bit chest; it was on the bottle chest. So that was like a Fire Sanctuary triple dip or something like.
Yeah,
well,
that would-
no, not necessarily.
That yeah, it'll still be quite. I don't know.
Oh, we have a patrol command. Jesus. 50 has a bottle. Was that hinted somewhere? Or did somebody get it?
What was
I
it?
thought-
Metro 50 was a bottle, if that's what you asked.
Well, yeah, but I was wondering, like, was that hinted or did somebody get it?
I think someone got it.
I full cleared the stroke. I full cleared. I like last location, the bellows.
I mean, I ended with 65 crystals.
How many crystals I end up with? I end up with
You're better than this.
62. Okay.
I actually miscounted your crystals early. If you guys go back and, especially Yao, if you go back and rewatch the match with commentary, I thought you had 28 crystals and not 23.
Right.
And I was like, why aren't you getting to 30?
I actually had a similar illusion for a bit. I thought that I might have had 20 crystals instead of 15, because I knew that I got quite a few somewhere. I don't remember where, but probably Elden.
There was a part of me that actually hoped someone was gonna go do Betrove 5, like, on Skyward 1, just for the meme.
Yeah, let's like
Season
that one
one
meme,
stats.
that one meme of that meme with that one guy who's like turning away from the one woman to look at another, and it's like the one of them is the 15 checks in Elden, and the other one is Betrove 5.
Betrove 5. Yeah, that's a good meme, actually. Hang on, I'm gonna make that real quick.
I mean, yeah, like as I said, like that sounds like so season 1 strats. Like that's like I don't know.
When no one knew what they were doing. It's incredible how far this community has come in, like, just barely over a year.
It's kind of crazy how long ago season 1 was. Yeah.
Or on the contrary, you get a hint that Betrove is Spirit of the Sword. Somehow, I don't know. Maybe you get claw shots on Skyloft 1 and you go to the one hint. But anyway, you get a hint that Betrove is Spirit of the Sword, and that's why you decide not to go to Elden, because everybody's like putting their life and soul into hints.
Right.
I mean, hints are really strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just in general, they're really strong.
Could you imagine back in season 1 and you just get like those two you might need what it reveals, and
But those hints were like annoying.
Mario
Yeah, I mean,
is headed off. at the
annoying,
end.
but like you at least know.
Yeah, Mario's any of me. Like, I mean, the only thing that really like up until the Caves Key LMF shenanigans, how close was me and Yao?
I hear
You
You guys had a lot of diversion, so it's really hard to say.
Well, I
Right.
thought you said that we were like pretty close until the Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, like really up until that, you guys were pretty close. But even then, you guys had a bunch of like minor divergences.
Like so, like a lot of the time we were just kind of doing something the other person had.
Doing something slightly, slightly different. You guys were pretty close though. Overall, yeah, I was a little bit ahead for the most part. Though.
Really? I thought I would have lost time on like Levias because I screwed around with the Skyward Strike strats, but I couldn't get it to work.
It got also screwed around with the Skyward Strike strats a little bit.
Yeah. Plus, yeah, you have like significantly faster loads than me. Like, I just realized that Skyloft 1, I lose 20 seconds to you. Off Skyloft 1.
Jeez.
Doubt. For some reason, I doubt that, but I'll trust you.
That's from Raid's video, right?
Yeah, I was like,
I suppose
behind.
that's true.
I'm pretty sure that our routes were identical, so I just took like Skyloft 1 leading times, and I was like 20 seconds behind.
I see.
And from what I gather, my USB doesn't even work, so hooray, I'm stuck with this shit.
Yeah, I remember when I used to play on SD card, my loads, like, out of the first two cutscenes were, like, 3 seconds longer. So,
Yeah.
they were, like, on par with disc loads.
Yeah. The selfish, dumb part of me kind of, like, wants to propose an idea where we ban USB stuff, but honestly, I should just get USB set up at that point.
I feel like that would be, well, actually, no, everybody who has homebrew has to have an FC card, but...
Yeah.
I don't
like,
know.
A lot
Some people
easier to
like,
write to a flash.
Yeah,
drive.
I would need to get like a USB to SD card adapter for my computer.
I'd have to generate seeds on a different PC, like on my laptop instead of my PC.
Yeah,
rather than
that was my other option.
Yeah. So it's like a part of me wants to like be annoying into it, but another part of me just kind of like just get a bloody USB stick and just see what.
Do you really not have a USB stick lying around, Kika?
Well, they're all used for shit. So, like, no. Well,
Damn.
would've. Well, it's more of a concern that it doesn't work. Like, I tested it earlier today and it just like wasn't working.
Oh, also, yeah, you don't have to have a SD to do homebrew. Because my homebrew is set up on my USB right now. Like, all of my apps are on
we have note from the restreamer that Mario is actually on pace to beat Lepa, apparently.
I don't know if that means that they've looked at Lepa
Well,
or
no,
if it's...
they like disallowed Senra from saying something about it, which means
Yeah,
they
so
probably
I'm
just
assuming that it's just an assumption based on the fact that Lepa hasn't finished yet.
Like if Mario
that's
loses,
also-
he's only losing his loss margin is like 3 minutes and counting down.
Right, yeah. I mean, actually, yeah, okay. At this point, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Did I miss anything while I DC? I shouldn't.
No. We did a conversation about loads and wondering where Lepa is.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, there has to be some execution errors on his part. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like Lepa should have kept a much closer pace
I'm kind of surprised.
Maybe he got baited
behind.
even harder.
I mean, I don't know. Kick got full cleared the seed, basically.
Yeah, like I'm surprised that these guys are so much further behind than me because I full cleared everything. I think my routing was just like quite good, so I think that may. But even then, it wasn't perfect. I still like double dipped more than I should have.
Yeah, you had some pathing issues. We talked about it at some point, Kit. You had some weird like pathing and routing things.
Yeah,
That added up to it.
I mean, the two that stick out is the fact that I essentially orphaned Betro 40 and 50, and I did the Keiko Classic with 8 consistent.
Yeah.
I saw that, like, I knew you were gonna do something like that.
Yeah, and it was the map of all things. It was the map.
It's the junkiest of all junk.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's not showing up on the ZSR bot for some reason, but...
It's desynced, like, because it's synced with like the actual finish time.
Oh right, it's because the time is like quite
It'll
far
record
behind.
it in like a second, I assume.
And we've essentially like kind of like half spoiled it already. What's happened? Yeah, there we go. Very
There it
simple, like,
is.
GG's
Yeah,
Lepa with the snipe.
the snipe, yeah. I wonder how Mario's feeling right now. I wonder if it has any correlation to how he felt after almost beating me in Season 1 at that point.
Yeah, Lepe finishes like
now-
just as Mario. Oh no, because it's.
I guess
don't know
now
what-
that they're finished, I can say that
Yeah.
I think had Mario not died to G2, they were like neck and neck in Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, I think they would have like.
Accounting
come down to, like, a
for
tie.
restream delay, they were like neck and neck because Lepe's stream was like 20 or 30 seconds ahead of restream. And then that was about how far ahead he was in gameplay as well. So yeah.
Also, how was
Mario, please
Raid?
tell me you have.
Also, how was Raid? I know he like.
He saw Bellows.
Fair enough.
It was like a lot of the same as you and Mario, basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
It was basically we had it split into like two separate races. You and Yal Kickout and Raid and Mario, because you like those two were super close to each other.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least I'm glad that I kept pace with Yal, because it's like that ending kind of just like sucked for me.
You kept pace up until the point that you decided, or that Yal decided, I'm gonna go to Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah. I'm at least glad I did that though, because it's like that KSQ was just kind of that was just ridiculous. Apart from that, so.
And GG
Yeah.
Mario. I always get sniped in endgame, he says. Cries.
Yeah. See his mum be
we're
like, yeah.
Finding out if he will join us for an interview.
Okay, Null.
Null sub 3.
Oh yeah, we all sub 3. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, full sub 3 seed.
Alright, yeah, so... Again, at least this seed had the decency to tell us where most of the bad stuff was. Like, it didn't hide all the hints like it did last time.
Yeah, it's a different style of bad seed. And also, we're never gonna say a seed is good, that's like just a fact of life.
Except if your name is Lepilog. There's no such thing as a bad seed to Lepilog.
I mean, it was an enjoyable seed.
See what I mean?
He literally just did it.
Just literally on cue.
Yeah. It's... Yeah, Yal, yeah, like, looking at the start times, you can tell that Yal did not get based into Sansi. Like, as soon as he finished, I'm like, there's no way he went to Sansi and finished. Like, this early. It's one of those things.
What if I just went to Sansi and then, like, had an epiphany?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Also, GG's
What's up?
Mario.
GG's.
I think that's the second weekly in a row that I've gotten sniped in endgame.
Happens.
it was... yeah,
I like don't know whether to be annoyed or like happy because it's like, oh no, I lost, but at the same time I was like this close, which means I'm getting better.
Yeah, I think that this seed was just like a mess. Like the thing that like hurt me the most, and everyone except Yao, was the caves key placement. Everyone except Yao got baited by that.
Oh yeah, I saw that in LMF because I didn't go to VS, and I went to VS like very late, so I didn't know like to go to Fire Sanctuary for the Sword and Bellows.
Right.
But I went in, got Caves Key, that was the only item I could access, and I'm like, oh, LMF Sots, this must be the Sots item, so I spent 10 minutes in Sansi. It gave me some good LMF hints.
Right.
The
Yeah,
boss
like the
key chest hint and the sword hint at the end of LMF put me in go mode a lot earlier than I would have been otherwise.
Yeah, the sword hint was kind of nice, but at the same time, it was.
Yeah, there was literally nothing else good outside of the hint in Sansi.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Yeah,
was
only Yao did not last location the Bellows, pretty much.
Hey, does anyone know what the Thunderhead Sots was?
Colin's letter.
Colin's letter.
Oh, the letter! I was
Also-
so confused, because I went back to grab Din's power, because I'm like, oh, there's an unfulfilled Sots in Thunderhead, because Levias' Emerald Tablet can't be the Sots item. I thought, like, that was a bug when I got a bottle.
Yeah. Yao forgot it as well, and that's why he didn't go to LMF, is because he was prioritizing the Thunder Spirit of the Sword over the LMF Spirit of the Sword.
Well,
Oh, and that
was more
actually
so that
reminds
he
me.
knew that there was a sword coming and was like, let me just get the sword in case I need
Yeah,
it.
that's the main reason.
I almost made, like, the biggest misplay ever, which would have been to chase the Thunderhead Sots that it was already fulfilled, because I was like, okay, I'll just grab White Sword and then leave FS. But then I was like, actually, wait, if I lower the lava, that'll be quicker when I'm coming back, and that gave me Bellows, so I'm very, very, very glad I did not leave.
Yeah.
That was like so bad.
Yeah, I just, because FS is so linear, I essentially last location because I desperately didn't want to,
I
doing it without
going to
miss,
FS without
but
miss.
yeah, so I like last location. I'm surprised at how far behind you and Leper actually were, because I last location Bellows, essentially.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
How does that bomb bag placement, by the way?
Oh my god, that bomb bag placement, yeah, no.
It was
Yeah,
so
like,
Everyone
funny.
ended up
useless.
getting bomb bag after all of that.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought that maybe...
Maybe what?
Oh, sorry, I was mixing up 64 stream with the restream, and I thought somebody was talking over...
Oh.
Anyway, I thought because of the whole Thunderhead thing that there was gonna be like bomb bag on Neighbor's Wisdom or something. And until I got the sword in LMF, and then I was just really confused.
We were trying to come up with the worst ways that things could be stupid for the end game, like with the one remaining Sots hint in LMF. We were like, alright, what if it's like bomb bag for like Cave's Key for something in Sand Sea, or what if it's like bomb bag on Fledge for Mitts in
I was gonna.
Boss
were a
Key
couple
chest.
bomb bag chips. I thought, like, when I was running, I was like, okay, I'm in go mode. I don't need bomb bag at all. There's no way it could ever be required because I knew LMF boss key was bad, and I knew that Fire Sanctuary bombable wall was bad. So I'm like, what could be useful? But I forgot about the Pharaon bomb walls. So that would have been bad if those were required.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like at least the seed had the decency to tell you like all this stuff, or tell you like all like the bad stuff.
It gave
So
you the mean hints really early. But
Yeah.
shoutouts to both tablets being on probably the worst possible places they could ever be.
yeah,
Like
That was quite
Levias
funny,
into trial that tablet locks. Like, Yal, did you
Right.
roll this? I think you did, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yal
I rolled it.
Okay.
We are formally banning Yal from rolling the seeds until the
I
end
thought
of
you
S2.
already did
It's like
that.
his 6th ban.
I thought you
Everyone's
already
been
did that.
banned like 4 times at this point. We never enforce them.
I
This
feel
is
like
why we
I
gotta
haven't
get
been
it down
banned very
writing.
many times because I rarely roll seeds.
Yeah, no, I've rolled one. I'm safe for now.
Honestly, I should roll next week. It couldn't be worse than KitKat and Yal. Surely.
What if I rolled it?
You don't know that.
Well, I mean that is true. I rarely roll, so who knows? I could roll terrible seeds.
What if I roll it, guys? I haven't rolled in a while.
No.
Great, thanks, guys.
How about no? Wait, no, you're not harm. I can't say that.
I mean, CJ, you already solidified yourself as a bad roller for like a year now.
I've been a bad roller for literally ages. Like from like season 1.
Yeah, season 1 was like you and Flo were like the people who like should not roll.
Yeah.
And we rolled anyway because we were the admins.
And then you rolled Sandship every single race.
Hey, all right. Look, we haven't seen Sandship in a while, actually.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I haven't seen
Fair enough.
Skyview or Sandship in a long time.
Wait, I made SGL stats on like the dungeons. Wait, let me tell you how often Sandship was in SGL. Wait.
0. It wasn't it stupidly low in SGL?
No, it was stupidly high. There was like a lot of
Oh, it
Sandship.
was.
That means
Okay,
season 2 it'll appear
yeah.
0 times.
Sandship was required 25% of the time
Wait.
25%.
of the restream matches.
Oh,
so they didn't
SGL
count
had
the
2
non-restream,
dungeons.
but all
Never mind.
restream matches,
Yeah, that's actually an
was
absurdly.
required
That's like
25% of the time.
double the. No,
Isn't
Yeah,
the expected
it's about
33%?
30% higher than it should be.
There's
Wait.
15 like dungeon combinations, I think, or 30. I don't remember. I think 15.
Well, statistically, any given dungeon should be selected 1 out of 3 seeds.
Yeah, so if it
SGL.
only appeared 25% of the time, shouldn't that be, like, below average?
Wait, hang on a second.
Because SGL had
Yeah.
2 dungeons.
That's a good point. Hold up.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, we're getting into probability, and we probably don't need to be doing that on ZSR.
Yeah, that's probably
Math
true.
lesson. Yeah, but again, it's like I want to rant more about the caves key, but it's just I'm just going to be repeating myself. So I'm just going to say it. That caves key was something else. Alright, there we go. I'm done.
Yeah,
It's
that was
true.
a huge
I haven't
bait.
let I haven't let my emotions go yet, but it's like I need to shut up about it because I'm going to ramble
Yes.
and repeat myself.
Just scream into a pillar after we're done here or something.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll do that instead
Well-
of sleep.
Once again, congratulations, Yao, for the W by like
Mhm.
A
20
lot.
minutes over GitCut.
Yeah, Rando be like.
And with that, I don't think anyone has any last thoughts they want to share. So
Wait, hang on 1 second. I
Oh.
think Yal won the last race because he went to Sansi and got the hint. And this time, he won the race because he
Yeah.
didn't go
pointed
to
that out as
Sansi.
well.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we had this conversation. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
It's
But
basically yeah. So as I said, it's like in the last week is if you went to Fire Sanctuary you lost. This time if you went to Sansi you lost, and so yeah, that was fun.
But with that, I think we will turn it back over to our restreamer to take us out here. And yeah,
Yeah, thanks everybody for allowing me to restream this race. So congratulations to our runners, and thanks to Pac-Man and CJs for commenting this seed for us, and thanks to iBot for tracking with me today. There's the OTR weekly on ZSR2, so we will read this channel after this. And there's also a Majora Mask co-op tournament race. It's the Grand Finals Game 2 tonight. I don't know yet if it will be restreamed, but there's a very high chance it will. And it's in 4 hours, so it's really late. So yeah, definitely check it if you can afford to. So thanks everyone, and good night.